show. It's going to be very feel-good.
I can't wait for the feel-good. Let's roll it in. Today, first up on the menu, we're diving into what's trending on TikTok. We have to do it because, listen, we're going down the avenue of matric ball entrances, from luxury cars to dramatic reveals. We'll even share some of our own throwback photos. And listen, we listen and we don't judge.
We don't.
No judgment.
I cannot wait for that. I'm going to judge. I'm going to judge hard. I'm so sorry.
No judgment.
I'm saying that because I don't think I could even find my matric dance photo. And this is quite an interesting lesson. There was a time where photos weren't digital. Okay, you actually needed a photo.
With the negatives.
Yeah, so we are trying to find that photo. It's that old. But what a wonderful opportunity. It becomes kind of that celebration of your school years, what you did, maybe what you didn't pull off. Cannot wait. You must have looked awesome, man.
I looked okay. You guys can judge that a little bit later. I wore a little purple number. Purple was apparently the color of the year, so we'll see in a bit what that was about. And then we head into the kitchen.
And it is going to be, I think, a hero that's sitting in your kitchen right now that you didn't even know was a superhero. Okay. Cauliflower. Yep, we're going veg, and we are serving it three ways. A green goddess cauliflower salad. Yum. Lovely. Za'atar roasted cauliflower with herb labneh, which is like a...
Wait, what?
Yeah, exactly. We'll figure it out. And then crispy cauliflower hash browns with a garlic and lemon dipping sauce. So we've got all different textures, different flavor profiles, and it's super healthy. So you can contemplate your better choices that you made over the weekend as she gets prepped up for the news. And then, of course, we're going to have a little bit of fun. Ladysmith Black Mambazo, one of our national treasures, I'm going to call them, are back. They're going to be performing at the Artscape and performing here. We're going to catch up with the Shabalalas, see how they have been doing over this last quarter of a decade. I think it's been a few years since I've connected with the gents, so I'm sure a lot of life has happened in between, and we'll plug you in just a moment. But right now, lots to recap on the sporting front, and of course a busy weekend on the news front. Let's get the latest.
Thank you so much, Graham. Let's get into your national news headlines with 2 minutes after 6. Now we get started here with President Cyril Ramaphosa, who led the funeral of former South African ambassador to France, Nathi Mthethwa, at the Siyabonga Sangweni Sports Complex out in KwaMamumbani, northern KwaZulu-Natal yesterday. Now, delivering the eulogy, Ramaphosa praised Mthethwa as a remarkable leader who dedicated his life to public service. Now, Mthethwa, who died on the 30th of September after falling from the 22nd floor of a Paris hotel, was serving as ambassador at the time of his death. Now, the service drew family, government officials, diplomats and community members, honouring his significant contributions to South Africa and its global standing. In other national news, South Africa's education quality assurance body, Amalusi, will brief the media on Wednesday about the readiness of public and private assessment bodies to administer and manage the 2025 end-of-year examinations. Now, the briefing will cover the National Senior Certificate, National Certificate Vocational, and the General Education and Training Certificate for adult learners. Now, public schools reopen today for the 4th term as the Department of Basic Education urges the class of 2025 to stay focused, making use of revision materials, radio lessons, catch-up sessions, as well as a lot of the school-based learning and the camps ahead of the matric exams starting the 21st of October. In your international news making headlines, Burkina Faso has rejected multiple U.S. requests to accept foreigners deported under President Donald Trump's immigration crackdown. Now, Foreign Minister Jean-Marie Traoré called the proposal, quote, unworthy and indecent, noting Burkina Faso recently lifted visa fees for all Africans and should not be used to offload populations deemed undesirable. Now, relations with Western powers have strained as the military-led government grows closer to Russia. Now, the U.S. Embassy in Burkina Faso paused routine visa services, directing residents to Togo, though no reason was given for the suspension. Meanwhile, heavy clashes erupted along the Afghanistan-Pakistan border, with both sides claiming significant casualties. Now, Afghan officials reported killing 58 Pakistani soldiers and capturing 25 military posts, while Pakistan's military confirmed 23 fatalities and claimed to have killed over 200 Taliban fighters. The violence was sparked by Afghan retaliation against Pakistani airstrikes early in the week. Now, in response, Pakistan closed major border crossings, including Torkham and Chaman, disrupting trade and causing civilian displacement. Regional powers have expressed concern over the escalating tensions and potential for broader instability. And let's close off with this story over here, moving to Hollywood, who is mourning the loss of beloved actress Diane Keaton, who passed away at the age of 79 in Los Angeles on Saturday. Now, Keaton was renowned for her roles in classics such as Annie Hall, The Godfather, and Father of the Bride. Her distinctive style and, of course, her charm left an indelible mark on the film industry. Now, in her final years, the Oscar-winning actress continued to inspire, notably through her role in the 2024 comedy Summer Camp, which marked her last film appearance. Now, she's survived by her two adopted children, Dexter and Duke. Tributes from friends and colleagues, including Goldie Hawn, Steve Martin, Ben Stiller, Bette Midler, as well as many others, of course, celebrated her as a true Hollywood icon. We definitely will miss her. She has made such an incredible mark in the industry. But now that that's where we leave your 6 o'clock news, let's get into some sporting highlights.
Oh, thank you so much, my friend. I wish I could start on a less frustrating note from a South African perspective. Bafana were left frustrated after a 0-0 draw with Zimbabwe in their World Cup qualifier at the Moses Mabhida Stadium. So despite dominating and facing 10 men at one point, Bafana just couldn't find that breakthrough, twice hitting the post. So this result, after all of the recent permutations, now leaves South Africa 2 points behind Benin and needing a win over Rwanda to qualify. A couple of other permutations coming in there as well. We'll see if we can get in the pros just now to help us unpack that. Likewise, the cricket. We have been treated to some incredible cricket across the board, in fact. Let's start with Namibia, pulling off a stunning last ball win over South Africa in their first ever T20 international, chasing 135 for that win, and they got it with 4 wickets to spare. So wicketkeeper Zane Green, he led the charge with an unbeaten 30, hitting 23 runs in those last 2 overs. That's impact, and the South African Donovan Ferreira, he top scored with 42, but it wasn't enough as Namibia celebrated for them a famous victory in Windhoek. Now let's get into tennis, and Coco Gauff capped a dominant run in China by beating fellow American Jessica Pegula 6-4, 7-5 to win the Wuhan Open, her third WTA 1000 title. The 21-year-old, who didn't drop a set all week, said her decision to play after a tough US Open proved right as she lifted her 9th hard-court title. Well done. Now let's get into some more cricket. And New Zealand skipper Sophie Devine's gritty 63, powering the White Ferns to their first Women's World Cup win, crushing Bangladesh by 100 runs in Guwahati. Then in Colombo, England looked too strong. Captain Nat Sciver-Brunt, she struck a superb 117, and then spinner Sophie Eccleston took 4 for just 17 as the 4-time champions thrashed Sri Lanka by 89 runs. Kind of makes our loss feel a little bit better now, but they've sent quite a message. And then our ladies will take on Bangladesh a little bit later this morning, 11:30. We'll get into all of those permutations. That's going to be the word of the day. But right now, let's see what the weather's got in store.
Well, thank you so much, Gray. Let's head into your weather with exciting environmental news this morning, is that South Africa has clinched the World Future Policy Award for 2025. Now, the National Environmental Management Biodiversity Act of 2004 was recognized among the world's 8 best policies for living in harmony with nature and future generations. Now, Minister Dion George praised the accolade as proof of the country's leadership, and that's in environmental management. Now, the Act safeguards biodiversity, promotes sustainable resource use, as well as ensures intergenerational equity through science-based governance, inclusive participation, and protection of threatened species. Now, an international jury selected it from 41 nominations spanning 21 countries. So huge congratulations once again to South Africa. And speaking about celebrating our nation, let's have a look at what Cape Town looks like through the eyes of Masununa. Okay, beautiful. The fiery sky coming there over the gorgeous contrast of buildings even, looking absolutely gorgeous and just promising us a beautiful week ahead. Masununa, 19 degrees is what you can expect on your side of town, and we hope that it gets even warmer from there. But a reminder to share your morning view with us on 063-036-9649. That's that WhatsApp number to take down to let us know what it looks like on your side of town as we see your temperatures for the rest of the country.
I've never seen that logo before. Is that the sun just exploding?
Completely.
When it's over 32,
34
3,
degrees.
34, come on.
Oh my goodness.
I experienced a 37 in the Winelands.
Wait, what?
Yeah, no, it's proper, okay? So
What do
maybe
you
that
do
was
with yourself?
You hide like an insect. You scuttle from shady spot to shady spot, and then you hold the ice. It's going to be a hot season, and it sounds like it was a hot weekend, girl.
Okay.
Okay, I need to live vicariously through you. So my wife was away, so I was on full-on dad duty last weekend before. So we were buying school bags and school shoes and everything that I didn't realize we didn't have going into because I was doing it alone. So kudos to my gorgeous wife for having everything battened down, the hatches.
As
she
wives
is awesome.
do.
Yeah. But it was great. But it was very nuclear, so not a huge amount of photos.
Okay.
I'm hoping you looked spectacular in what you were doing this weekend.
Well, let me tell you. Okay, so I went for a run on Saturday, so not looking particularly spectacular.
That's awesome.
I was running from Muizenberg to Fishhoek in Cape Town, and that was kind of around 7 kilometers. Listen, I wouldn't know because I lost all sense of anything.
Who did you make follow you to film? Were they actually running with you, or were they your camera person?
It's my crew. It's my crew. My man, actually, Shamey's like, he went full on coach mode. He's like, let's go.
Is he a runner?
He's not a runner, but he claims to be an
guy.
athlete. He's very naturally athletic, which really upsets me.
I was going to say, which is quite frustrating, yeah?
What do you mean?
I'm married to a professional athlete, so I understand these things.
It's not fair. Life is not fair. But we're running the 10K this weekend.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's going to be the
great.
peace run. It's going to be really fun.
How are you feeling about
I'm feeling
that
good. After that run, I'm feeling particularly confident. But thank you, Graham. Let me not be too confident. And then we rewarded ourselves with a nice breakfast afterwards. It was very cute. That's the only thing I was looking forward to. And then it was my cousin's birthday. So we went out to a beautiful place called Blockhouse in Eitzig, or Eitzig rather. Do you know that fountain? I fell into it.
Oh, I was going to say it's the most photographed fountain that's ever existed.
I think right before we took these photos, you can't see the back of my dress or body, but I was soaked. I was trying to take beautiful photos and backed up into the water.
As one
It
does,
was
right?
a little embarrassing, but you know what? We move.
Spending too much time around me. That kind of silly stuff happens to me all the time. So much so that I forget about it.
Between that and the wine, I think I will not be doing that again.
It's just a little rachmarker in the water just to get you there. But it does kind of lead us into the fact that doors are open.
That's the thing.
Summer is here.
Oh, my goodness.
Go out and enjoy yourself. And do you feel rested? Do you feel connected, ready for the charge?
Absolutely, yeah. I feel so good. Yesterday I spent the day rotting, so I had a nice balanced weekend. And today we're back in it. We're moving, and I can't wait to move, not with you, but the rest of the country.
Oh, he's beautiful. He is lovely. He's such a nice guy, but he is pretty hardcore.
Oh,
he's also
Lord.
one of those ridiculously fit ex-professional athletes who played at the highest level. Yes, he knows a lot about football, but he is on another level when it comes to fitness. Ryan Buerta is in the house. Absolutely love that guy. And he's going to help to explain to my little brain what's happened to Bafana Bafana's World Cup qualification. We went from being the Golden Boys to now hoping that someone else is going to beat someone else, and then they must beat someone else, and we must beat someone else, and hope that they win by that many points. It's terrifying, but I still believe in Ryan will fill us in, and then you will move.
I'm ready.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Good morning, you beauties. If no one said it to you, you're amazing. And hopefully you looked amazing during your matric dance. It's matric dance throwback time. We want you to have a little bit of fun with us this morning. I put my mom through the most, got her to try and find my matric dance photo because I went to a matric dance before the digital era. So we actually have to find the hard copy. But what I love about this is you get a sense of that moment. It's like a little time capsule and it's so amazing. So I want you, please, to share your favorite pick, the year you went, and tell us how did you make your entrance, because it's next level at the moment. So send those memories through. We'd love to hear from you. Drop us a voice note, 063-036-9649, and hashtag Expresso Show wherever you find yourself. I would imagine there are those that looked spectacular. Maybe they peaked in their matric dance, and I'm guessing Ryan Buerter might be one of those people that looked amazing during his matric dance. He is here. Look at that gorgeous face. I almost want to put you in a suit now. We have brought him in to help temper our broken hearts. South African hearts were left aching, I think, on Friday night as Bafana were held to a goalless draw by Zimbabwe in their World Cup qualifier at Moses Mabhida Stadium. Frustrating game to watch, yes. Hugo Broos's men hit the woodwork twice. They dominated the match and still couldn't find the back of the net. Now, with one game to go, South Africa's World Cup dream is still alive, but it's not all on our shoulders. Joining us to unpack that performance and what on earth is going on, one of our favorites, Ryan Buerter, personal trainer, football coach, ex-pro. He's got some of the most beautiful YouTube highlights reels. I can still remember looking at some of your European highlights when I was first connecting with you about 15 years ago, and it blows my mind, dude.
Time goes.
So lovely to have you here to share my frustration and my pain this morning. So let's talk about the match itself. What went wrong in front of goal, bro?
You know, sometimes nerves take effect, obviously. There's a lot of nerves in the game, but...
Especially now, even more nerves.
There's a lot of pressure. You get into a World Cup first time, I think, in, what, 26 years? It's been a long, long time. I think getting into that game, knowing the frustration around the game, sometimes you can't find the net. But that takes you being a calm mind. And that's going to the next game what has to happen. Calm mind, patience, be clinical.
And it feels like Hugo Broos is the guy. He's calmed the team down. He's found a core, albeit some of the players not eligible to be in that core every time. When you've got that kind of nonsense going on around you as a player, how difficult is it to find that quiet space in the storm? Yes, you've got to play and you're being paid and we get the professional element. But these are their hopes and dreams, man. Earning the right to go to a World Cup and represent your country is kind of Olympics level for most athletes, I would imagine.
You know, it's hard now, at least when I played, there wasn't so much social media. You didn't have this constant negativity around you. This noise. So, I mean, you heard Mbappe talk about it recently, you know, struggling with the noise around, and he won't look at social media at all after a game. So, I think quieting that noise around, I think if I was Mr. Broos, I'd be like, guys, no social media for the next week. Put your phones away, no Instagram, no X, none of that. Focus on the job at hand. A lot of motivational discussions around why it's important, what they must do going into the game. Get their mindset on just the job. Because at the end of the day, that bubble. At the end of the day, you quieten the noise. You get a clear direction with a bunch of players that are clearly well structured. You can see by what they've done the last couple of years. And I would back us to step forward.
If anything, and I suppose maybe this is where the frustration is, it feels like we've paid our dues to get to this World Cup as well, and it was so on track. Fielding an ineligible player, heads are going to roll, we get that, and we hope it doesn't become a scapegoat kind of a thing where we just get someone fired just to move quickly on, because this has massive, massive repercussions for the team. But when we look at what's good within that structure, they've got a DNA now. It seems to be very well supported by international and local players. The players inform locally, that can translate, which means the ecosystem is good.
But a lot of local-based players are there as well, which is exciting. You know, you're seeing our league is improving with regards to the structure that's been played. Granted, we've lost a bit of our DNA, but I believe you should have a European structure with an African DNA in your game. Because we have such natural flair to what we can do, it's like a Brazilian-Argentinian player, you allow them in a structured environment to lose their flair where it can benefit them and not be used as against us.
That inside the outside, or inside outside the box kind of mentality.
It's like shooting from 40 meters in the last 2 minutes of the game, knowing the percentage you score is very low. I'm going to do it because maybe, but now you've kicked the ball to the crossbar, now you lose a minute to that 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Instead of building up for 30 seconds into the big box.
And giving
it's
yourself
decision-
every chance,
There you
yeah.
go.
But they are earning that right
100%.
now.
They're a fantastic team. They're strong. They compete with Morocco, Nigeria, all the big guns. They are playing good football.
Nigeria have been a bit weak. They could have helped us out a little bit as well this year.
Granted.
Being typically Nigerian, they are doing everything, and Zimbabwe and everyone else who could help us
Sure.
are being brilliant right now. Can we make it? We've got to beat Benin. Are there any other factors that come into play? Who else has to win or lose?
Look, we have to win our game, I think 3-4-0, and then Nigeria, and they need to draw. You know, at best, Benin must lose, or they draw. But our goal difference is now coming into effect. It's no longer just what they do. We have to win our game convincingly. You know, it's no longer a 1-0, 2-0, 3-pointer. It's a 3-4, 5-0. Be certain, because whatever happens there, if they get the draw, you need an amount of goals to get you through. It's not going to be
Simple as
otherwise.
that.
Yeah,
and they've got the goal scoring potential.
They do.
So I have a feeling they might be up for this. And Mr. Bruce, this is your chance to deliver that speech, man. Give us the inch. Give us the game of
It's about the
inches,
inches.
man. Exactly. We need that at this point because we don't want the momentum to be lost.
Yeah, agreed.
Because you mentioned the way that social media reacts. Our own media are even worse.
Agreed.
And this will be painted as an add-on failure to the last 20 years, and it's not. We've taken or kind of defragged a lot of that. What is working within the South African fold that we need to hold on to? Because if we don't qualify, I'm worried we're going to have a head on the chopping block and we're going to restart again.
I think Mr. Bruce is stepping back off the World Cup anyway. So I think the important part to us, what I'm seeing within our South African structures is a lot of ex-professionals getting qualified, like myself, now at development routes within South African routes, teaching players mentality. So there's a football coach with an ex-professional next to him at youth levels, teaching them expectations.
Players coach.
A players coach. What's happening? What's the expectation? You're seeing this now through the grassroots football. All our juniors are competing worldwide, 17s, 20s, they're competing. And I think our development structure is improving, which means players coming through are more prepared for what's expected.
And that's off the field.
Off the field. And because that was when I was playing, many players went to Europe and couldn't survive there, not because of the ability, but because mentality-wise, they struggled. There was no more, you're the boy. It was, do the job.
Now it's a job. It's a career, yeah.
So I think that's improved. And when the big thing for me is when our current head coach steps away, who steps in to replace him? Who comes in? Because if you come in with a completely different philosophy, you're going to rock what he's built from grassroots to the top.
Do you get a big gun? Do you spend the big money and continue on the path that we're on? Because I kind of feel like it's a national team. It would warrant some
You
big
would
money.
warrant big money. There's money available, let's be honest. So I think if you did your homework and you actually brought in 2 or 3 coaches to meet Mr. Bruce, but I think he's important to understand
must be that gateway,
he's
yeah.
coming in. You know, where United fell years ago was when Fergie stepped away, he left an aging team with a guy to take over.
Yeah.
When Klopp stepped away, he left a young team with a guy coming in. Similar philosophies, just fine-tuning, and the difference was very clear.
Yeah, a
so that's
disciple.
important.
Yeah, no, completely. If you want to understand from a player's perspective, see a player who looks a lot like him, go and watch the David Beckham documentary. Now, if you want to understand the job aspect of being the top player in the world at that time, it's a great way to understand that even at that level, you've still got to deliver. I love the fact that I'm not moving with you this morning because you just look so fit and fresh today. I am still dying to see that matric dance photo, though, so maybe we'll unearth that. Ryan's going to be moving with Carissa in just a moment, and hopefully you'll get moving. That's the best way to motivate yourself on a Monday. And then we're going to talk cricket, a big one for our Proteas ladies coming up against Bangladesh. We'll see you now.
Only you can make my day.
Angishiyela mathemba Angishiya ngingedwa mathemba lokonke
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. As I struggle to hold back my enthusiasm, the Proteas women, oh, they're amazing. They're back in action today as they take on a very strong Bangladesh. And after that remarkable chase against India, there is a real sense that this team is finding its rhythm at just the right time. Confidence, belief, big performances has started to click. They've also been through the fire. Consistency will now be key in shaping up for a crucial clash. And Warren LaRue understands the nerves. He's a cricket enthusiast who puts out some amazing content. He's going to take us into the form, the mindset, and what's needed for South Africa to make it 3 wins. And we want it. We need it. We've been tested against the best. Warren, first of all, how are you, buddy?
I'm very well, thank you. And yourself? How are you doing?
I'm good, man. My little heart. Bafana broken a little bit. The Proteas ladies are just doing something else at the moment. They've been tested. What a chase against India. Surely this is what you need, is real time, that feeling of, OK, we can do this in the tournament.
No, exactly. I mean, look, the Proteas women have climbed Mount Everest in a week. They've
for
gone
sure.
from being bowled out for 69 against England and losing by 10 wickets to chasing 250 in India against the hosts. So it's quite remarkable, the turnaround we've seen.
And an individual, you kind of need individuals to put their hand up, but within the matrix of the team. So it's great to have someone put their hand up and save you, but it's got to lead to something, and the team seems inspired. So how do they approach Bangladesh? Well, I'm going to call the dark horses because they look like they could beat anyone in this tournament.
I agree with you. I think Bangladesh have actually definitely taken a few by surprise, especially with their victory against Pakistan in the opening T20. I mean, I was blown away by that victory. But I'd say that their area of strength is definitely within their bowling. Their batting lineup definitely needs a bit of work, and I think we can definitely target that. But what I have seen is that they are spinner dominant, which has actually worked very well on these tracks in both Sri Lanka and India. So if we can just survive the first 20 to 30 overs, we've seen our middle order has performed at a very high level as of our last game.
And you almost got this like chomping at the bit kind of thing there, where the ladies are like, OK, no, that's fine. Hold my drink. I will take care of this one for you, where everyone is wanting to prove their worth within a very dominant squad. We came prepped for spin. I feel like our team management has been great, because as much as our spin bowlers are performing,
yes,
that's been the nets. That's what our team mentality, we tick the right boxes. This feels like a very well-prepared team going into this World Cup. The management have absolutely nailed it.
I completely agree with you, because I think my biggest concern was maybe that we were top order dependent, and our middle order I wasn't too certain by. But after that India performance, I mean, they really stood up under pressure, and we were 57 for 4. I mean, a week before we had just been bowled out for 69. So I think a lot of people were holding their breath. But to come out on top against the host nation was absolutely incredible, and the amount of confidence it'll give us going forward for the rest of the tournament is going to be incredible.
I love it, because it kind of puts us on the map, and you look at the way New Zealand are playing at the moment. I think they are scary good. Who do you see as being the powerhouses here? I'm going to say England just look absolutely amazing. Despite the challenges that they've faced, they are just on another level at the moment. But who is shaping up for you?
For me, I think it's actually Australia. Funnily enough, you bring up England, because Bangladesh actually had them in a spot of bother. England were needing about 70 runs, and they were 6 wickets down. So, again, Bangladesh I don't think should be written off too quickly today. But I do think Australia, just in terms of their batting depth, their bats up until number 10, they were under pressure. Yeah, they were under serious pressure against Pakistan. I think they were about 103 for 8. And then Alana King came in and scored 50 plus as a number 10. So under pressure, they really always seem to come up trumps. They really are a good side.
And I like this. You're starting to get that tournament feel now where, yes, there is form coming into it, and I think the Proteas ladies had great form this year, but you also need that fire to burn within the tournament. Who are your semi-finalists?
So I've actually been thinking about that, and I do think with the recent result as of last night, with India losing to Australia, that makes the 4th spot very, very interesting. I do think it helps us a lot because you just have to see Australia go through now. It's almost a certain.
Just too clear, yeah.
Yeah, England are definitely going through as well. I would think the Proteas women, given our last 4 fixtures, I can see us winning 3 of the 4 at least. So that 4th spot is going to be the tricky one. But I do think if I have to pick a team, I'm going to go India just because they are the host nation. But New Zealand, it's between India and New Zealand.
And, you know, New Zealand are tournament specialists. They just have a way of finding that right kind of form.
Dark horses,
But there is a part of me, I think the Indian women's cricket team have kind of been ambassadors for the sport for a while. They've had to lead that charge in a very cricket-dominant area, and they've proven that women can operate on the same level as men in that top tier, in that space. So I kind of feel like they've earned their flowers, and it's their home World Cup. Let's put them in the knockouts, not at the expense of the Proteas, please. No. It's going to be crazy, dude. You've had to do like a little master's thesis on this tournament, but we bless you for doing that. Is this the year for the Proteas? Do you think we've got this?
I do think we have a very, very good chance. As I say, as long as what we have noticed throughout this tournament is the first 20 to 30 overs, teams aren't scoring as freely as we maybe have seen in the past, especially that first 10 over power play. And what the bowlers have realised is how well spinners are doing. So even if they're not getting wickets, the run rate is generally quite low.
Choking them in those first 10, yeah.
So if you can just survive that, what we have seen from about over 30 to 35 onwards, the wicket tends to ease off a bit and flatten, and runs start to come in a lot easier. So that's why we've also seen teams chasing do so well. Also the dew factors. It makes the ball a lot harder for spinners to go.
2 games in one go. But I like the fact that we've got, like you say, this loaded middle order. In fact, anyone coming in is ready to prove their worth. Absolutely awesome. Buddy, thank you so much. Enjoy. Good luck with the nerves for the rest, because I think we're in the business end now. But the Proteas ladies certainly delivering, giving us everything that we want. We've come through the fire and proven that we can stand back up against, we can beat the best in the world. And now we've got to try our hand at that dark horse, Bangladesh, 11:30 this morning. It all goes live. All the best to the Proteas ladies. Likewise, all the best to my very fit friend who's standing next to my other very fit friend.
I'm crossing fingers and toes. Listen, it's going to be a fantastic time. As long as we're in it together, Expresso fam, then we're good, because it's a brand new week and we are starting the right way. Now, right now, we've got Ryan Porter that's going to be putting me through my paces, of course, ex-pro footballer who's played over 150 games, scored over 20 goals and beyond. And now he's going to make us move, reset, and just feel really unstoppable as we head into a new week ahead. So, Ryan, I'm a bit nervous, but let's get into this. Where do we begin?
So I thought what we'll do is we'll keep it in line with Bafana. I keep it functional moving with our legs.
Nice.
Okay, we'll start legs, a bit of abs, a bit of top half functionality. So let's go into a VMO squat as your feet are 45 degrees.
Gotcha.
You're going to drive your bum between your knees straight down to the ground. Okay, so it's all the way down, all the way up. When you get to the top, you can squeeze those glutes. You have no resistance. So keep driving it through. So while you're moving, what we're working as your inner hamstrings into your front knee.
Okay, so that's because of the position of your feet.
Yeah, the foot shape. So footballers, hammies, and VMO that supports your knee is very important.
Okay.
Right? So you would do this, we're going to go about 30 seconds to 45 seconds.
All right.
As you're starting that nice little burn, I'm going to get you to hold the bottom. So I'll tell you when to stop, okay? We're going to go 2
Did I
more
tell
reps.
you when it's burning?
Yeah,
Or...
I'm going to assume here by the amount of reps. Now you're going to stay down for me, and we're going to pulse.
Ooh.
Again, you're pulsing. Now you're going to drive your weight into your heels, all right?
Okay.
Toes are nice and light, but you're flat-footed.
Got you.
I'm waiting for that smile. That smile tells me the burn is there a little
The
bit. So
burn
what
is
we're going to do
so,
is 5 more reps, and we're going to step to the front, and we're going to go into reverse lunge, okay? So step through on your mat. Let's get you working backwards to the right leg first. So you're going to come back, knee to ground, and step through. Okay, so let's go. Make sure your foot follows your shoulder, that line of your
Always
shoulder.
a balancing act.
Exactly, and that's what I'm telling you. If you take your foot inside towards your belly button, you'll feel narrowed. Taking it shoulders or slightly wider keeps your balance feeling quite nice and strong, all right? We're going to go 3 more reps. That front leg should be burning quite nicely.
It is.
I've gone for a reverse lunge to protect that knee, okay? 1 more. Now we're going to change legs. Step through. Right, and back. Remember
It's a
your
good
shape?
kind of burn, though.
Yes. So this is a nice functional burn because there's no resistance.
Just our body
loading
weight.
you. Yes, loading you with resistance, body weight. Okay, and obviously reps are important here. We're gonna go 2 more reps. Trust me, I'm sort of my own training on Saturday, so I'm feeling this. So now this is on you. We're gonna step back to the back, okay? Squat jumps.
Okay.
When you're landing, land on your toes like that, perfect. If you're landing on your heels, you'll be hurting those knees, so keep
Wait,
jumping.
the burn is crazy.
I want 2 more reps. We're gonna give those legs a break. Bang, now you're gonna come down to the ground for me, all right? So at the base, depending on your strength, if you can hold up,
Okay.
great. If you need your knees down, there we go. Lovely. Up and down, now left
Ooh,
arm.
how many do you want?
We're gonna go 3 per arm. There we
Okay.
go, step through. So this is abs, shoulders, triceps. Yes, lovely. So on that second one, last one, you're gonna come up, walk your hands back. At the top, now we're gonna step into a front lunge.
Okay.
But from the back, just outside the mat.
Ooh, okay, so like
Okay?
diagonal almost.
Yes, there we go. Left. Push back. Bend that back knee when you come through. There we go. Driving it. That left side looks nice and tight.
I'm trying to catch my
Yes,
breath. That's
one
it.
more.
Oh my gosh, Expresso
Let's come
fam. You better be here with me. I'm
Now
concentrating
just
so
think,
hard.
this is back down to the mat again. This is 3 minutes. Imagine doing this for 90 minutes on your legs. Okay, so now you're gonna go into a plank and breathe.
Okay.
Okay, so as a footballer, we're required 3 minutes as minimum.
You said what? 3
Minimum
minutes?
3 minutes, yeah? My longest is 6.
What? That's
This
a world record, surely.
World record is 8.5 hours. Yes, okay. So now walk your hands back for me. Okay, so now we're gonna, while you're recovering, calf raises.
Calf raises.
All the way up, all the way down, heels to touch. Okay, so this is an active recovery for you.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're starting to sweat.
catch my breath.
Yes, catch your breath. All right. We're gonna go 10 more reps. 9. The
Okay.
reason it's a nice full extension, the base of your calf is your soleus and Achilles.
Okay.
You want to strengthen them too. 3 more.
Do you think this will help me for my
2
10K on
more.
Saturday?
Definitely will. 1 more.
Okay.
Okay, so now let's get you down. Again, knees and hands. Donkey kick. Okay, this is your glute. Generally here, we would need a weighted movement for this. But as we have no weights,
Where would you put the weight?
there's a bar at the gym.
Yeah.
Smith bar.
Oh, that you push up like
You
with
push
your
up
foot.
like that, yeah. So my favorite one would be a hip thrust. Other side, change.
Does that give us the
glutes you want,
that we
yes.
need?
Those are glute strengtheners, all right? So
Okay.
we're gonna go 5 more reps. 4. Gonna get you back on your feet next. You're not gonna like the next one. It's gonna get your heart rate up.
Well, thank you for the
And
heads
1.
up.
And up you come, all right?
All right.
High knees. But while you're driving high knees,
Yep.
I want your knees above your waist. Off you go.
Mind you, you're in jeans trying to do this.
No, I
I'm
cannot.
struggling
These are
with.
skinny track pants. Okay, we're gonna go 10, 9, 8, yes, 7, 6, 5. I know you're breathing. 3, 2, and into a squat pulse. Don't hate me, all right?
Just a little.
You'll be grateful though for the 10K run next week. Don't worry. I'm starting to sweat as well.
Oh, Lordy.
We're gonna go for 10,
If I don't make it for the rest of
9,
the show, you know why.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a moment. How those legs feel?
Oh, good.
Pushed.
You know,
Yes.
everything's fine.
Okay.
I'm fine.
I'm gonna go into a curtsy lunge.
Okay.
Just to finish off those legs. Okay, so let's step through. Now the target for you would be to take one leg just outside that mat.
Okay. And then were you
Right.
doing the same leg? or-
Alternating. So off you go. Go right
Okay.
leg first. Yes, back through. Into your left. Perfect. When you come back, same form. Nice and deep. Slow control. Good. It's actually nice. Remember, my legs feel nice and loose on Saturday.
Yeah. Do you still play like 5s, 11 aside, all of that?
A little bit,
In your time?
but not as much as I would like to, because guys try and kick you.
Because they know that you're an
Yes.
ex-pro.
And
They
I don't
can't
get
get you
paid there
down.
anymore. It's no way I can make my money.
True.
Okay, so back onto the ground. We're gonna
Okay,
come down
this is the
again.
last one. We're gonna
Last one,
finish
yes.
strong.
We're gonna finish on a high plank.
Oh, Lord.
All right.
That's not what
up
I
you
meant
go.
when I said finish strong.
So the key thing is, yeah, you're not gonna dip. If you're dipping, you're not engaging. So you're
Okay.
flat or slightly elevated. All right. So you're gonna hold. We're gonna go for 10, 9. You're gonna hate me later, 7. I'm happy. Okay. 5, 4, 3,
Whew.
2, and up you come. Beautiful.
Amazing. Okay, so if I do this 10K in 30 minutes, You know why? It's because of Ryan Berta. That was fantastic. Thank you so much.
Glad you enjoyed.
Got the heart rate up, got the glow going. I'm going to take a moment. We'll be right back straight after this break. If you're in the same position, get some water. We'll see you now.
Only you can make my day.
South Africa, it's time to fuel your wanderlust because Shell is giving you and a partner of your choice the chance to win the ultimate South African road trip experience.
That's right. With Shell V-Power, 5 lucky couples will win a once-in-a-lifetime road trip and track experience. And entering couldn't be easier. Simply spend 750 Rand or more, tap or scan your V Plus rewards card 3 times this month, and you're in the running.
Oh, so please start those engines and let Shell V-Power take you places you'll never forget. T's and C's apply. Find them all at expressoshow.com.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
What a moment. So many moments have led to this point, and I think so many South Africans have so much emotion tied to their first time they connected with this incredible, I'm going to call it family. For 65 years, they have been the harmonious heart of South Africa, sharing the gift of izikhathamiya with the world, from humble beginnings to collaborations with global superstars like Paul Simon and Stevie Wonder. Their journey is a testament to the power of music to bridge cultures, to maybe save a nation at one point. And this year, the legendary Ladysmith Black Mabazo return home for their legacy tour, a celebration of 6.5 decades of love, of peace, of unmatched harmony. And we are so honored to have them with us here today on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Please show some love. Guys, thank you so much for being here. It's an incredible moment to me. I had the great honor of spending some time with the great Dr. Joseph Shabalala, and it was not lost on me even as a young man. If you think of the legacy that has been created over 65 years, how does it feel when you step out representing this incredible family?
It feels good. We are happy that the vision that our father had when he formed the group in 1965, in 1960, he was able to achieve the dream, because his dream was to be able to promote this kind of music, but also promote the people of South Africa, show them to the world as who they are, people who are loving, people who have peace, people who are able to live one another in peace.
The world around Dr. Shabalala 65 years ago would not have provided much space for that voice to be heard, for that message to be sent. How proud are you of what Ladysmith has achieved through this journey when you look back?
We are very proud as Ladysmith Black Mambazo, the acceptance of my father for the group to the world. Firstly, here in South Africa, people, they accept him.
Because it
here.
started here. You
started
forget the
here.
battle was fought here first.
Yes. It was here in South Africa and then abroad. Yes, in 1985, that is when we met Paul Simon, who opened the way for us around the world.
It's incredible. I actually got to see Paul Simon perform in Johannesburg, I think, when the darkness started to lift off this country, and could feel on the back of the work that was done by, I think, the music industry within South Africa deserves a badge of honor for what it achieved set against that. No mean feat. You've got to continue this legacy right now. Do you feel that your audiences understand the history of this incredible outfit, the movement that represents the band? Do you feel when you step onto stage now that people understand the history of this band?
Yes, more than ever. We feel that people understand, and as they understood when our father started the group, because the message and the songs were for the people to encourage them to have hope, to be able to live with one another. So when we step out on stage and sing those songs, because we start from the songs that he wrote when he was starting in 1960, and you can feel that the people understand and they encourage us. That is why we are able to continue with this dream.
Now that you know the music, and I'm sorry, I'm getting a little bit emotional here, but I'm thinking of the generational threads that are going to be tied together with the tour, and giving people an opportunity to plug into that 65 years. But when you perform a song that was written by your father in that time, how does that make you feel when you get to perform that now, 2025?
Our father, before he retired, he blessed us. He called us in his room and he prayed for us. He gave us his blessings. So that gives us the confidence and the courage to continue. So when you go and sing his song, it always feels that he's here with you, even though he's no more, but we feel his spirit.
I feel it's just looking at you guys, it's crazy to me. I'm getting such powerful physical reaction to this, because I'm thinking of the young generations who are ready for purpose, ready to plug into this feeling. They get to plug into the full bulk of all of the music that you've created, but also a new journey, because this is a new generation taking us into a brave new future. What are your hopes for the future? What do you want to achieve? Because you've got the whole world listens. When you open your mouths and you sing, the whole world wants to hear that message. What do you want to put out there?
We want to put confidence to young people to know what they're worth as South Africans, to not be ashamed of who they are. We want to put that so that they are able to go out there and just shine, as Lady Smith Black Mambazo started, because the journey that Babu Shabalala started was to pave not for him, but for all the South Africans. But now when we look at young people, we just wish them they have that confidence. But we can see it's happening these days. We're getting young people getting awards from abroad, from around the country. So we are happy.
2020 thrive is how they say it. We know that you are going to be performing for us this morning, which must be a very difficult thing to choose what to perform when you've only got a slight window, but you're going to be on at the Artscape. Tell us a little bit about that performance.
At the Artscape, we just finished the last performance yesterday, and we are on tour, as you were saying. The next performance, we're going to Durban on the 15th and 16th of November, and the last performance is going to be at the State Theatre in Pretoria on the 29th and 30th of November. So we are very happy. We've had so much support from the people of South Africa, and we always want to emphasize this, to thank them for the support, because from when the Black Mambazo started, they were there up until today, when my father is gone.
I kind of feel like it's normally you have fans and artists sitting on two sides of the commercial relationship. Here with you guys, the fans and the artists sit in the same side. It's one big family. What you are doing to honor your father is truly amazing, but I love the fact that you are focused forward to the next generation of young musicians. And I agree with you. I think South Africa is filled with passionate, purpose-driven young South Africans, certainly in the musical space. They just need their true north, something to follow, those that have done the hard hard yards, and you guys have, so thank you so much. I cannot wait to see your performance. Lady Smith, Black Mambazo are in the house this morning. I want to say for us, but they are here for you, so stick around. Performance on the way.
I'm very much looking forward to that performance. Legends right here on your Feel Good Breakfast show. But right now, let's get into a little bit of a meal to line the stomach. Now, if you are looking for a lighter, veggie-forward alternative to the traditional hash browns, maybe you're on a low-carb diet, these cauliflower hash browns are just the thing. They're crispy, they're golden, and full of just savory flavor. They're perfect for your brunches, your breakfast, or even just a healthy snack. And then on the side, we've got a zesty garlic lemon dipping sauce that just takes them to the next level. So we're going to get into this recipe together. Graham's going to come on through to assist me, because I just have a feeling that you're a hash brown type of guy. You like a potato?
I've got that kind of vibe. Look, I like most things. Okay,
That's true.
I do honor the potato when I can.
Yes. This is the alternative to the potato, the cauliflower.
Oh, I love me some cauli. No, I do.
Same.
I love a fritter. I love things that are crispy. I like the change of a flavor profile for most things once you do this. And where the cauliflower comes into its own, it's this. It's the roasty nuttiness that it gets. It takes on flavor beautifully, a curry flavor.
Ooh.
Absolutely beautiful. Do yourself some cauli steaks.
I was
a little
about
garam
to
masala.
say, that is
Absolutely beautiful.
fantastic.
And it's also quite versatile, right? You can turn it into like 20 different modalities.
And today we're doing it 3 ways, but we'll start off here with finely chopped. Exactly, finely chopped. They use cauli rice too, so why not?
You can.
Finely chopped cauliflower, garlic powder, breadcrumbs.
Okay.
So that's going to bring it all together. We've got a binder being our egg. We'll throw that one in there.
You haven't slowed down at all.
When would I have?
I suppose you've been running, so you're only going to get faster now. I can
Usain
see
Bolt.
you running and cooking at the same time, actually. Is that an event somewhere?
Challenge not accepted.
Okay, now someone's putting an AI prompt somewhere to create some silly cooking, running
That's
showdown.
funny. Some pepper and salt, and then we're going to go in with some onions, some spring onions.
Okay, I was
Little
going to
bit
say
more
that's a lot of
subtle.
green chili. That's generally what
You
you've been
like
doing
it,
to me
though.
on the show lately. So I heard, I don't know if this is true, maybe someone can drag us on the internet if it's wrong, but that the green chili, quite good for your belly, actually quite good for your guts, and actually helps you burn fat while you're eating, believe it or not. The red chili, sort of weaponized, so just be a little bit careful. Maybe you'll sweat, but it doesn't mean that you're burning calories while you eat. But yeah, from a gut perspective, green chili is supposed to be really good for your gut. So
I think some chili in here would really be nice, adding that extra bite. But we're going to make them into little... Wait, is this how you make a hash brown? Yes.
why not?
It can be
I'm
any
going to
shape.
say, exactly. Now, I think you want it to be flat enough to cook through. Hey,
Yeah, exactly.
that's all you've got to really worry
Man,
about.
if you want a rare hash brown, that's also okay.
mean-
We're not going to judge you.
And I hate symmetry, actually. You know, I'm so
do? Okay, this is
asymmetrical in my
perfect for
life.
you.
Like, as soon as only a crazy person would make a perfectly round
I think
fritter.
literally.
Okay, so I'm going to make this beautiful little mix
You are.
of lemon and olive oil, that
That's
looks like. Hey?
it.
Am I making the dipping sauce?
You are making the dipping sauce.
Thank you. You don't
The
understand.
ingredients is all we need.
I can joke about it. I'm becoming a little connoisseur of olive oils.
Okay, tell me
I
more.
love the flavor profile. Since finding out about the anti-inflammatory properties, there's so many good things going into olive oil, which is probably why it's emerged as one of our favorites.
Right.
And it's a good oil.
And it
You know, they
tastes
aren't-
amazing.
It does, but you get, locally, we produce like I don't know what you would, that's my favorite one. It's a little
Why did you highlight that, Graham? I
It's
was
the
trying
baby
to hide
fritter.
it.
No, this is how I make food for my kids. So you have a baby one, and then you have a daddy and a
also-
mommy, and then they have a little family of fritters.
Stop. Let me rinse my hands
I
before
think those
turn
are
them.
amazing, and I have a feeling I'm just going to turn.
Okay, you turn them.
Because,
Please be careful. If they break, it's your fault. Just remember.
yeah,
oh,
no, exactly.
That's,
So
that's
I am
a nice
quite
crisp.
heavy-handed with these. That's perfect. Luckily, wahara.
Nice.
That's the mommy and the baby one. There we go. There we go. And
Oh, fantastic.
you've done a great job. Hey? I'm
Yeah.
just turning that off for now.
They kind of look like fricadelles a little bit.
I love it. And
gonna
that's
keep my
exactly
eye
what you
out.
want. So we've got our cheeks.
Our cheeks, our lemon
Cheeky
cheeks.
little cheeks.
Oh, man.
And you'll find like a lot of flavored lemon, olive oils out there, which is great. But it's the director's reserve,
Right.
those sorts of things, like
and
a fine
probably
wine.
1,000 rand.
And then I think I've got one little guy in there, which we don't want to leave.
The amount of seeds I've eaten in my life. You know, when we were growing up, they would tell you were going to grow a tree in your body. I got a forest right now.
Is that not true?
I don't know. If you see a leaf come out my ear, you'll know.
Now, of course, I've got lemon juice on my hands, so...
You got this. Some garlic. And I feel like there's no better combo than having your garlic, your lemon, and your... What else is in there? Your olive oil.
Simple and delicious.
Exactly.
Can come off.
Oh, yummy.
There we go. This is going to have all the right kind of flavors. It's fresh, a little bit of salt and pepper, and it's not going to kind of overpower the flavor of the fritters either.
Exactly. I would even do like a herby dressing.
I'm thinking like this for like a fish or anything like that. It's just beautiful. Well done.
Thank you. I'm going to leave those ones cooking a bit, but I think these ones are ready.
I think that's great.
And
Very
then you
good.
can add your sauce with it. How delicious. You could probably either dip it in or pour a little bit over, but I would just
a little bit of a drizzle. I'm going to give you a little bit of a drizzle.
Just a tiny.
We've got...
Oh, that made it even better.
But I love this. It's fresh, it's popping. It took all of a few minutes to make.
Exactly. Super healthy, definitely good for a meat-free Monday. Like I said, a brunch, a breakfast, a lunch, a snack. Make it in advance, pop it in an air fryer, and you definitely have a healthy snack on the go. Of course, you know, it's on our Expresso Show recipe tab, so make sure you cook along with us.
Yeah.
And we get into 2 more ways of cauliflower in just a bit.
For the win.
I want to taste it.
Oh, you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show on this Monday morning. It's time now, just seconds before 7 o'clock, to get into your national news headlines. Where Acting Police Minister Feroz Kachalia says corruption is a serious threat to South Africa's national security, deeply entrenched in institutions and political structures. Now, speaking at the Kgalema Motlanthe Foundation Annual Inclusive Growth Forum out in the Drakensberg in KwaZulu-Natal, he highlighted investigations by the Madlanga Commission and a parliamentary ad hoc committee into senior police officials. Now, Kachalia proposed a constitutionally compliant, multifunctional Office of Public Integrity to investigate systemic corruption, make binding recommendations, and building on the Special Investigating Unit's work, and that's to restore justice and public trust. In other national news, President Cyril Ramaphosa led the funeral of former South African ambassador to France, Nathi Mthethwa, at the Siyabonga Sangweni Sports Complex out in Kwang-Mbambambi, northern KwaZulu-Natal yesterday. Delivering the eulogy, Ramaphosa praised Mthethwa as a remarkable leader who dedicated his life to public service. Now, Mthethwa, who died on the 30th of September after falling from the 22nd floor of a Paris hotel, was serving as ambassador at the time of his death. The service drew family, government officials, diplomats and community members, honouring his significant contributions to South Africa and its global standing. And let's take a look further afield at your international news-making headlines, where a fragile truce between Israel and Hamas is holding, with Israel confirming that 20 living hostages will be released this morning under a mediated deal in exchange for about 20,000 Palestinian hostages. The pause, brokered by the US, Egypt and Qatar, has allowed limited aid deliveries into Gaza for the first time in weeks. Now, President Donald Trump is expected to visit Israel today before co-chairing a Gaza peace summit in Sharm el-Sheikh with Egypt's President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi and representatives from around 20 countries, urging lasting calm and humanitarian relief. Meanwhile, Burkina Faso has rejected multiple US requests to accept foreigners deported under President Donald Trump's immigration crackdown. Now, Foreign Minister Jean-Marie Traoré called the proposal unworthy and indecent, noting Burkina Faso recently lifted visa fees for all Africans and should not be used to offload populations deemed undesirable. Relations with Western powers have strained as the military-led government grows closer to Russia. Now, the U.S. Embassy in Burkina Faso paused routine visa services, directing residents to Togo, though no reason was given for the suspension. And let's close up your 7 o'clock news here in a fairy tale finish. Excuse me, at the Shanghai Tennis Masters yesterday. Cousins Valentine Vachereau and Arthur Rinderknecht met in a heartwarming all-family final. Now, ranked a modest number 204, Vachereau battled through the qualifying rounds before stunning the tennis world to become the first player from Monaco to win an ATP title, and the lowest ranked ever to lift a Masters 1000 trophy. Now, their coach and fellow Mongastique Benjamin Ballaret watched proudly as his protégés, who trained together in Texas, turned childhood rallies into center court magic. Now, after match point, Vachereau crawled on the camera lens. Grandma and Grandpa will be very happy. A touching nod to the grandparents they share and a dream fulfilled. Well, that's where we leave your 7 o'clock news. Speaking about sports, though, let's head into those headlines for now with Graham.
Thank you so much. After that perfect prelude, let's dive right in. And unfortunately, on this front, South Africa left a little frustrated. That was after a 0-0 draw with Zimbabwe in our World Cup qualifier at the Moses Mabhida Stadium. So despite dominating and facing 10 men at one point, Bafana just couldn't find that breakthrough. In fact, twice hitting the post. So the result leaves South Africa 2 points behind Benin and needing a win over Rwanda to qualify. It would also help us if Nigeria pull off a fantastic win. But at least it's not done and dusted just yet. Now let's get on to cricket. Namibia pulling off a major moment, a stunning last ball win over South Africa, in fact, in their first T20 international, chasing 135 to triumph by 4 wickets for their first ever T20 win. So wicketkeeper Zane Green, he led the charge with an unbeaten 30, hitting 23 runs in those last 2 vital overs. For South Africa, Donovan Ferreira, he top scored with 42, but it wasn't enough as Namibia celebrated a very famous victory in Windhoek. Now let's get into tennis. And of course, we saw the men's side of the draw ended in a family affair. On the women's side, triumph for Coco Gauff. Capped a dominant run in China by beating fellow American Jessica Pegula 6-4, 7-5 to win that Wuhan Open, her third WTA 1000 title. The 21-year-old, who didn't drop a set all week, said her decision to play after a tough US Open proved right as she lifted her 9th hard court title. Well done. Now we get back into cricket and some World Cup action. The big guns putting their hands up. New Zealand skipper Sophie Devine's gritty 63 powered the White Ferns to their first Women's World Cup win, crushing Bangladesh by 100 runs in Guwahati. Then in Colombo, England sent out a message via their captain Natskiva Brunt. She struck a superb 117, and then spinner Sophie Eccleston took 4 for just 17 as the 4-time champions thrashed Sri Lanka by 89 runs. And of course, our Proteas ladies back in action up against Bangladesh at 11:30 this morning. So I think all eyes will be there, but that's where we leave our sport for now. We'll touch on those headlines at around 8. Let's see if the roads are up and running.
Thank you, Gray. They certainly are. So let's see what's happening out in Gauteng. Well, in Germiston, an accident has been reported on the N3 northbound, and that's just before Galuli's interchange. Now, currently, the right lane is affected, causing potential delays in the area. So if you're headed out that way, please approach with caution and reduce your speed where possible. Out in Century City in Cape Town, traffic is extremely slow moving as a result of congestion on the N7 South at the ramp towards the N1 inbound. Now, do expect some delays as you approach the area and as traffic picks up. And if you're headed that way, do allow for some extra travel time. Well, that is where we leave your traffic for now. Let's see what your weather's doing. Well, in very exciting environmental news this morning, South Africa has clinched the World Future Policy Award 2025. Now, the National Environmental Management Biodiversity Act of 2004 was recognized among the world's 8 best policies for living in harmony with nature and future generations. Now, Minister Dion George praised the accolade as proof of the country's leadership in environmental management. Now, the Act safeguards biodiversity, promotes sustainable resource use, and ensures intergenerational equity through science-based governance, inclusion participation, and the protection of threatened species. Now, an international jury selected it from 41 nominations spanning 21 countries. Yet another reason to be proudly South African, but listen, I will give you one more just because we can. Sarah from Mpumalanga sent this absolutely breathtaking morning view that I thought, yes, to be part of this country really is something else. What a privilege to be able to witness this in person, and then for us, Sarah, to witness it right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Thank you so much for that gorgeous morning view. I assume on a wonderful hike that you went on this morning. 25 degrees is what you can expect in Mpumalanga on your side. And a reminder on 0630369649 for you too to be like Sarah and send your morning view. For now, though, it's time to get into those temperatures so you can prep for your Monday.
See, they repaired the sun in Uppington. It's not going to break today, but it is still going to be hot. Could even be hotter for you. If you start your Monday by playing Daily Lotto, I don't know why I used a funny accent there, to sound like an evil genius. 400,000 Rand is sitting in the jackpot, and our new Daily Lotto Plus has an estimated 150,000 Rand just for you.
Oh my gosh, how kind are we? No, it's not us. It's our friends over at Lotto, so don't get left behind. Buy your tickets now in store. You can head to nationallottery.co.za. You can download the mobile app, head to your cell phone banking, or just dial *120 *7529 hash, and that's for your USSD.
And I know you got your process and whatever you got to do, your hoodoo behind the scenes, so do that. But we'll keep all the details up on the Expresso socials so you can check them out. Panda Pusher, play your Daily Lotto for that estimated 400,000 Rand. And then our Daily Lotto Plus One for an added 150 grand.
Nice.
Come on, double your winning chances. Play now and good luck.
Oh my gosh, okay.
Come on.
I'm going to cross fingers for you, and then you know what? I'm also going to make you a delicious recipe.
Very
This
nice.
time around, we're getting into our second version of cauliflower. We're bringing in ingredients that my mouth hasn't even said before. Za'atar and labneh. Yes.
Ooh, and you worked it out. Labneh is like a yogurt dressing
That's
type
right.
stuff.
And za'atar is like a herby spice. It's going to be delicious. Comes
All
your
will
way
be revealed.
after this.
You can make my day.
I said yes!
Whatever your reason to go, you could get up to 100% off on flights. Book on our banking app. Your story matters.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, welcome back. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show on this beautiful Monday morning. And as we know, we're in a season, a beautiful season at that, Matric Ball season. It's one of the most anticipated times of the year for South African high school students. You get the excitement now. It's a rite of passage marking the end of school and the beginning of young adulthood. Now, it's evolved into more than just gowns and glamour at this point. The spotlight now falls on actually the extravagant entrances. Once a simple car arrival, these entrances have now completely transformed into full-scale productions, with learners opting for luxury cars and carriages, even helicopters, fireworks and everything else, themed performances to, of course, impress their peers and make a statement. Now, I remember when I was in Matric, myself and my group of friends, we decided to show up in a quantum taxi. Yes, we were those girlies, okay? We just really wanted to go together, arrive together, have chats in the car together, and as we walked out, we gave each other a moment to step on through with our partners and make sure that we made our own grand entrance. But speaking about a grand entrance, let's welcome in a couple of guys that maybe had their Matric Ball a little bit more recently than me. Zoe Human and Bianca are here from our social media team to basically unpack their Matric dance. I won't question you. I won't ask you when it was.
Are you telling?
Oh no. Are we all in the same? We're all the same age, guys.
It's been a long time.
So right now, let's take a look at one of the entrances that went absolutely viral on socials, currently sitting at over 700,000 views, and I'm pretty sure more after this.
Haar rok is gemaak deur haar ma en ons almal wil weet hoe sy daar gaan afkom. O, suster, sy gaan spring.
I'm sorry, what did I just witness? She fell off the car, like intentionally fell back off a car.
You know, that takes a lot. At least it's going to be a memorable Matric.
I wonder if she rehearsed it.
Oh my
Has to.
goodness.
Has to.
Yeah, with the dress, because you got to make sure nothing breaks, nothing. And who are the guys that she chose to catch her?
That's a lot of trust.
That must be a dad, surely. Who else? That is a highway to. Oh my goodness.
Gosh, that was close.
When she does that the drop,
goes
it
a
looks
little
like
bit like-
her foot slips a little, and I'm like, oh, that doesn't feel too good.
Okay, your entrances compared to that, where do we stand?
Nowhere near the same.
not
The
at
entrance wasn't a big thing for me. I didn't think about it so much. It was more that down the stairs moment, you know, that I was like, that's
Yeah,
gotta
I
be
was
the
more
moment.
stressed about not tripping over the dress.
Right.
It's like just.
Were entrances a
there
big
in a
thing at
normal
your
car.
schools? When
I mean, everybody
you were
was
younger?
standing around watching the entrances, but it wasn't. The expectation wasn't that.
No.
It was just, what are you wearing? Oh my gosh! Like
It was
I wanna
maybe
see
like
it
a
made
fancy
up.
car or something, but that was it.
Yeah, okay, you know what? Rockstar lifestyle is for some of us, not everybody. But this creator said, I'm going to stand out, and I think she did exactly that.
Wow. Helicopter. She has the nails. The videographer as well. Can you believe? Flawless skin even.
Wow, was that her Matric Ball partner? What? Guys,
wish.
we've come a long way, is all I'm saying.
No.
A whole helicopter.
Chopper. I would have been there. I would have been worried about my hair, you know, because then you walk in and there's.
Now that hair was
no.
laid. It was laid to the gods. Listen, she looked incredible, but honestly, I'm just thinking about, like, the money's just going off of my account
100%.
as I'm watching this, but good for her. Hey?
The bags, the nails, everything.
But it's like, it becomes a whole production.
It's true.
And this is just for the Matric dance. So what's happening on the 21st? What's happening with the wedding?
Oh my God.
Like, if this is the start when you, 18, maybe not even.
Maybe not even.
People in Mexico have quinceañeras. We South Africans have our Matric dance.
It's so crazy because I think your expectation is now through the roof, right? Your 21st cannot be anything below that. Now we're in, like, Los Angeles living
Also,
our
let's
best
just
lives.
remember the results still need to come.
Okay, Bianca, the adult among us. I love
We love
to
that.
see it. Okay, here's another one. This creator took it to a whole new level with an emergency entrance. No, stop.
I said, I'm not done.
No.
We must come again. I've been born again. That's what it means.
Creativity is crazy. Okay, you know what? That's my favorite one so far. I would appreciate that if I saw that in person.
Imagine she had a baptism and then this is what she did. She was a born again.
Born again,
Love it.
brother.
That would have been fun.
Oh no, that is fantastic.
That's a bit much.
My thing is you're now plotting and thinking and brainstorming your entrance, calling in. Who do you hire?
I know who says I'm going to be a part of it. Do you think she just called it up last minute and said, I have an emergency? I need you to come out here to help.
A fashion emergency. I mean, she looked gorgeous, I will say that much.
Amazing.
Very far from death. Okay, I think this might be one of the most unique entrances we've seen. Now, these learners decided to pull up in a tractor with their dates. So let's have a look.
Only in Bloom.
The music.
Hey. Hey.
Wow. I mean, they had the stairs to walk down.
I mean,
still.
I think if there was any place in South Africa, that's probably more often than not people arrive in tractors at school. So that probably wasn't so out of the ordinary.
True. Another Tuesday at Grey College. Like, what are you going to do? Okay, if you could choose one that was your favorite, where are you guys going to be?
Tractor.
The tractor? Okay, B.
I don't know, though. That looks like a health and safety issue, you know, if you really go into it. I like the ER. I know I'm safe. I'm safe in our medical industry's hands.
I love that. How did you guys arrive at your matric dance?
Someone's dad's car.
Like a fancy car, like a nice car?
It was like a, like a kind of, like a sedan, like a fancy sedan. It definitely wasn't like my VW Beetle.
No, I was just in my dad's car. That was fun.
Lovely.
He was in his 4x4, so I was there in my heels. I'm like, okay, let's go down.
Wait, your partner and you both were in the cars?
Yeah.
And arrived together?
Yeah.
Okay, that's lovely. As I said, we were in a Quantum Taxi. We all met at somebody's house and we went
fun.
together.
I like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's
That's
supposed
fun.
to be about making memories together. You know what I'm
Nothing
saying?
better than a little taxi to the
You
dance.
know, with the music going, Gachi saying Weinberg, like vibes. Exactly. It was a vibe. But listen, congratulations to all the matriculants that went fancy or just, you know, did what they could with what they had. You all, I definitely know, look absolutely fantastic. And also, good luck with your matric exams coming up.
Oh, lest we forget, there is the small matter of the exams, but I love reveling in all of your frivolities around the matric dance. It's an amazing once-in-a-lifetime thing, so enjoy it. We're going to move into another phase of our feasting, and it doesn't have to be as extravagant as a matric dance ball. Sometimes it can be humble, and we can use the most humble of ingredients that can steal the show. This za'atar, roasted cauliflower with herb labneh, proves that flavor and flair don't come with a hefty price tag. A single cauliflower, in fact, a few pantry spices and a swirl of creamy yogurt come together to create a dish that feels luxurious yet light on the wallet, just like my friend here. You're like the cheapest friend I have, because I only ever have to make food for you. I don't think I've bought you food once.
You have not, Graham. That would make it like official.
That would be just too weird, okay? So we're exploring what cauliflower can do.
Right.
I love the matric dance thing.
Amazing, hey?
People are just so cool. You are so cool.
How did you show up at your matric dance?
I'm trying to remember. I was probably dropped off.
Yeah.
No, we would have. I think I was 18, so I would have driven myself. There was no way that I wouldn't have driven myself.
That's crazy.
Definitely
Even better,
would have. Yeah,
actually.
no, 100%. But no, we rolled in. My poor mother, because Romeo and Juliet, the Leonardo DiCaprio,
And
Baz
Claire
Luhrmann,
Danes, yes.
absolutely beautiful. So I was like, no, I want to look like that. So I had Wehrmacht boots on, which are like the triple-soled, if you know, you know. And then a big, wide, open white collar, which, of course, no one else had those shirts because they died in the 70s. So my mother had to make one for me, bless her.
Honestly, your mum is a hero.
It was amazing. I don't know if I looked anything like Leonardo DiCaprio, but I felt like a boss. I felt like Romeo that night. But we are going to let this little one shine like it's matric dance.
Oh, I love to
So we're
see
going to
it.
dress her up in everything we can, including our beautiful spice mix. So I've got the collie, and we've literally just taken one floret, and broken it into
up?
mini florettis.
Sure, why not?
See, you don't need a huge amount, and then we're just going to dress it with our oil and our spice.
Nice. I heard the term za'atar. So which one?
So try and guess.
This one, I think?
It is that one. So it's a Middle Eastern spice mix.
That's lovely.
Sumac in there, you know, so it's quite strong flavors.
Yeah.
Slightly different from like the spice mix that you would find in that traditional set, which has the heat. This has got a very complex flavor profile, but it's going to sing. And the joy here is then you don't need a huge amount of kind of flavor profile in the food. You just need something that's going to take it on board. And cauliflower is that. So you are going in. Should I use all of it?
I think use all of it. Go all in. That's the theme we have in the kitchen every day. Papriks?
Yep.
Nice. That's going to add some color too.
And we do like a little bit of heat, some cumin.
Okay.
And then...
It's going to give it that savory taste.
Can anyone tell me what this is?
I assume curry powder.
No, it's the other one.
No,
it's coriander powder. Please, I don't want to
Dania.
turn you against coriander. I'm aware it is a beautiful flavor profile to some. Wow, we got a lot in here. We can probably use about 9 different broccoli florets, but one thing is sure, we're going to get flavor everywhere. And then I'm going to just kind of temper this crazy storm with a...
Of course, with a cheeky little lemon.
Because we have to, and there we go. And then I'm going to pop this onto my oven roasting dish, pop it in the oven, and then just watch it closely.
Yeah.
You can eat cauliflower raw, so
you could,
it's not the end of the world if it's got a bit more of a crunch. But you're going to be amazed at how it gets this beautiful nutty kind of flavor profile, but it just absorbs the flavor.
And I also like the chars on some of it if it gets a
100%.
little crispy.
Got to.
Right?
Got to.
Okay, great. What am I doing
looking
here?
Good. You are creating our labneh.
Labneh. So
Okay,
we've
got
this.
our thick double cream yogurt. And that's the star of the show there. Beautiful fresh herbs, bit of garlic, bit of lemon. And
that's
we are
it.
for away. And you see what I mean about simple flavors coming together beautifully. And this, for me, if you want to bring fresh into a meal,
this is
something like this just tempers the storm. Something
is
like
great for summer,
tzatziki is
too.
used for the same reason. When you've got very strong flavors, strong spices, you need something that's going to take the edge off. It is quite tough, eh? The microplane is quite a challenge.
It is. You don't want to get your
morning,
nails and then your
Exactly.
fingers as well. Okay, so mix
okay,
that
let me put
together.
these guys out.
Oh, this is amazing.
And please make sure that you get flavor into every little nook and cranny that you can.
Every floret. Okay, let's squeeze our cheek a little bit more. And that's it. I mean, look at that end result. It looks fantastic.
And I can smell the freshness, albeit I've got lemon juice all over my body and my hands, and it just feels great and refreshing.
Let's try.
But you can smell, I love that when your olfactory system is kind of preparing you for the food that's
Triggered
coming.
already.
Mouth is watering, yes?
Yum. Okay, that actually looks like chicken pieces,
It
which
really
is crazy.
does. Eh? And maybe therein lies the hack. If you're going to go
Exactly.
vegetarian, there is a reason why the humble cauliflower just does so well.
Nice. In the oven.
back.
Okay, let's try the bad boy. I'm going to put a little bit of lemon on it.
Okay, now ask these to be especially crunchy, okay?
Okay, let's see. A little bit of labneh.
You've got to have, can I get in there as well? See how I very cleverly waited for you to have your bite, and then
Cauliflower tastes a bit like potato to me.
Okay. This one specifically or in general?
I don't. Maybe it's just this one, but it's got like a very savory, could replace a potato feel.
What I'm loving
is
about the
that?
cauli, you could replace a meat, you could replace a potato. It's a heavy hitter.
Sure.
But how does that sing?
Oh, that's nice.
This is going to be my new favorite thing to have with
Everything. The other night I had lamb meatballs and I made a kind of like tzatziki dressing. It was the best.
I like this because with a tzatziki, obviously you've got the cucumber, which adds a whole lot of, sorry, I'm spreading the cucumber all over you, which makes it quite moist. This is kind of slightly lighter, slightly different. I
And good
love
for
that.
you. It's plain yogurt.
We're going to try our fritter.
Let's try our fritters.
So a little bit earlier, we call them fritters. They're actually hash browns, which I think are exactly the same thing. And just again, to test out the versatility.
Let's see. Okay, I'm going to put some lemon on it again.
I'm going to do the same.
I put lemon on everything, to be honest. I
Lemon,
just love it that
I
much.
use lemon to clean my dry grill. I use lemon everywhere.
Nice. Okay, so we said we're going to use this to dip.
Oh, I did have
See.
and this was the first meal that we cooked of 3 that we are heroing our cauliflower today.
Oh my gosh. This is right up my alley.
Very nice.
All of the above.
A little
Mmm.
bit.
It is so savory.
How nice is that olive oil?
Fantastic. I would add some chili again, but honestly, if you do not do this, please, you're doing yourself a disservice. ExpressoShow.com is where you find it. The best part, we still have one more to go.
I know, is it a bit rude that I can't taste saying that I can't taste the cauliflower when we are cooking cauliflower?
I think that's the point.
Oh, that is lovely, and it's got really good nutrients in it as well.
Yum.
Okay, we need to freshen things up just a little bit.
Yep.
Cauliflower salad is on the way. Something fresh, something that's going to pop. It's vibrant. Just for you, Uppington, for 37 degrees. You aren't cooking your cauli today.
That's so funny.
Yummy. Okay, we're going to try and finish this in the 30 seconds we have. We'll see you after this. It's really, really good.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, you can probably smell this at home. I think I've garlic all over my face. But this is the most garlic. I think the band just shifted about 2 meters away from me with that. But we are making cauliflower in every way possible. No, 3 ways, and delicious.
I'm excited about that third one. A salad still to come, which is probably what many girls were eating throughout the time leading up to their matric ball season, okay? That season is definitely in full swing right now. And earlier we unpacked the trend on matric ball entrances. And now we're about to hop on the trend to showcase some of Expresso's matric ball moments.
And Zoe and Bianca are obviously from our social media team here to unpack exactly what they are seeing this morning. And there is something special about a matric dance photo. It just lands, and I really am dying. In fact, the second I met you, I wanted to know.
What I wore to my matric dance?
You wore to your matric dance. Can I see, please?
I will say earlier, please lower your expectations, because 2010 was not only the year of the beautiful World Cup that we enjoyed here, it was also the year of the infinity dress. Everybody had an infinity dress that you could wear a million ways around.
Not the cover-up.
And then I should have gone alone.
That is the best part of this photo.
And then I wore a purple dress. Purple was also the color of the season. And I did a bit of a one-shoulder little halter number. It was very cute.
These poses are speaking to 2025 social media.
Are
like a little chipmunk.
I
So
do. Look at
cute.
my cheeks. I do.
You look gorgeous.
So that
the dress
was
is
me.
lovely.
The dress is
Absolutely
cute, eh?
Beautiful, yeah.
I still have that dress today. I mean, it's stretchy. You can wear it a million different ways. It still fits. It looks cute. My mom knew exactly what she was doing.
But I think you're very real in saying sometimes it's better to just go alone. I feel like we're up to a lot of pressure when it comes to matric dances. It's better to just go alone.
You and your
Save your
girls just
money.
enjoying yourself.
100%.
Why not?
I had 2 dates.
Great.
Sounds like the player you are.
I believe you.
One was a lot older than me.
Wait, is this a same
No, I had a
Same
stand-in. So
dance.
my date at the time was actually quite famous now, so I won't mention her name. But she was taking part in a massive Delro drama competition. She made it through to the finals, which happened to be the same night. So I was like, okay, well, I'll go with your coach, who happened to be an older girl at the school, who I knew obviously was a friend. I didn't be like, okay, well, I'll pick her. But she thought she was doing me this favor and kind of stepped in or whatever. And then I think I fell head over heels in love with this girl. And it turns out that the other girl had an affair with her ex-boyfriend in that same 24-hour period.
Whoa. Gasp. Am I the drama?
And
yes, you are.
I went home with a different person.
Graham.
It was matric, man. It was a crazy, crazy time for me.
Wow, I went to an all-girls school, so we didn't have that crazy business going on that I knew about.
You say that. I don't know so much. I don't know so much. No, it was a crazy, crazy, crazy night for me. But I'm so glad because it's a once in a lifetime
Graham,
thing,
you
right?
win.
Wow.
I don't know. Or I lost. I really, really lost 3 times in one night.
What did you guys wear to your matric dances? Do you remember?
Yeah. I remember.
Wow. Let's get out of your way.
Back in the day.
I wore a red number. So I wore this, it's a halter top. Yeah. So it was wrapped around and corset. It was sewed into the dress and it was stitched in. There's a photo of it right there.
Oh, the stem.
Yeah. I don't think my hair has ever been able to grow that length again. I don't know what was happening. It was the magic of youth.
It is the magic.
And then you cut it one time and then you're like,
stressed.
To be fair, you've shaved half of it off now.
But they don't know that. They can't see. But yeah, there's always been a lot of hair.
Beautiful. Red is a stunning color.
Thank you. No, I still remember. I can remember it now and be like a completely distant memory, but I remember choosing that dress because I had such bad acne on my chest and I wanted to cover it up. And it's crazy how your insecurities play out and then one day it's just not a thing
It's
anymore.
not even a blip on the radar.
I do wonder, though, in the age of social media, how different it would have been. Because in 2010, I mean, we had Facebook, you know, we kind of were getting into Instagram. But
it wasn't
I think
instantaneous.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
And the pressure now for the young girls and also the guys. I mean, Tyler was at somebody's matric dance. Do you know what I'm saying?
I'm really glad I'm not in school anymore. Like, I'm so
100%.
glad the pressure of these things nowadays, and with social media on top of it, but then with everyone trying to upstage each other, I'm really glad it's not my time.
Oh, man. Okay.
And it's not like you aren't feeling the weight of peer pressure at that time already anyway.
And now to put that on your parents is something else. But here we've got Kelsey, who matriculated probably last year. I don't know. She looks gorgeous.
She was ready for life already.
She really
She was ready. Cal, you were ready for life.
That hairstyle,
Yeah,
eh?
no.
That is gorgeous.
Well done, Kelsey.
Also, the ultimate vibe.
Yeah.
We've got another Expresso individual, our
She's always
Jazzy,
behind the camera.
our photographer here.
Oh, beautiful.
She looks like a princess.
She is a princess.
She is. Where's Jazzy today?
Jazzy, where you at?
She's not allowed to take leave. Come on, we aren't leaving people. Come on. Oh, man. Oh, she looked gorgeous.
All right, here's another one, our stylist Meg. And yes, our expectations are
pressure.
through the roof. Okay, open bag.
So basically, she was always like
Just
that.
fashionable.
Yeah.
She did not have 2 outfits.
no
What
way.
do you mean?
Did she change her hair? Or maybe she went to multiple matric dances.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
She'd be the type, you know,
On the
she's a
same
lovely
night,
person.
even.
I want her as my date.
Yeah, exactly.
I say, listen, I need an outfit, but I
also need a
would
date.
like you to join me.
But that is the thing, because girls can go on many matric dances.
Yeah.
Well, I
Because you
mean,
can get
you could
invited.
have too.
I know, I just needed to break them up on different nights. That was the whole thing.
I went to 2 matric dances. That was fun.
Not a competition.
I'm sorry, but I win. Okay, let's have a look at the next one. Who else is here? Melissa.
Mel.
Oh, Mel, you look
Yes,
gorgeous.
girl.
I love it. We need you in sequence every day.
All day
Every
for
day.
work. Why are you not in sequence now?
Did you do your shoot at Sun City? Or,
Well, I thought there was a baboon in the background. I said, hey.
It's all right, but spare no expense, man. If you want to go and do your shoot at Sun City and arrive on a tractor and fall off the back and have 5 people catch you, you
Why
can do that.
not?
Oh,
It
gorgeous.
is actually a big moment for many women and men's lives at 18, right? You've been working for 12 years to get to this point, and however you celebrated, I think, was special.
To be honest, working for like 6 years out of the 12.
Out of the
Okay.
12, right? Okay.
All right, I think we need to hit a crescendo, if you will. And we always knew when it came to Lucy Lou, things were going to be special. Can we please see Lucian Albertine?
Yesterday.
And I can guarantee you the way that conversation went, he was telling her what was going to be worn on the day.
Okay, Lucian.
You must see him. Yes, this dog.
Does the dog also have
He
a
accessorized the
fit?
dog.
I love it.
But now, who made it to the dance with him? Or did he have the dates
all of
and the
it.
dog?
All of it.
You see, he also had 2 dates. Just like
Exactly.
you, Graham. What is with the men in our
That was
studio?
definitely.
That's the win. He
Dog
wins
definitely
everything.
wins.
I don't care anymore. Lucy,
I need
you
him
are
to
the
bring
winner.
that suit back. I don't know if he still has it in his cupboard somewhere. I've got my
does.
dress,
No, he
and I
does.
want him to wear that to work.
I want
The bow tie.
I'm not even going to ask if the doggy is still around with us, but hopefully the
The
winter
dog's looking old in
warmer.
that photo, eh?
Oh man.
Lucia takes the cake for
Well,
me.
can we have a round of
honestly.
applause for all of our amazing social media superstars?
Oh, that's a wrap on what's trending on TikTok. Ending on a high note, please, we would love to see yours, whether it's digital, whether you have to dig out a photo from the 80s. We definitely want to enjoy this moment with you and relive a spectacular time in your life. Matric year 20, well, for me, it's 2010. When was yours? Okay.
Before then. It was the chapter before the chapter before that. Okay.
That's okay, whenever it was,
Before
we want to
Google.
share it.
Oh man, it was when we called it standards and
That's
didn't
why
have
we
grades.
don't have any
Okay.
photos of Graham. We didn't have time to develop the slide.
But this is what I'm saying, and I can see our poor, like Nihal and our amazing social media team are like, I just send us a picture. I'm like, I can't find it. I can just go on your computer and look for it. I mean, no, physically, the physical thing, I can't find it. Well, there are some things that age beautifully. In fact, they gather more momentum, more gravitas as they move through their journey of life. And 65 years is quite a journey. This tells the narrative of South Africa. Most importantly, for South Africans who needed someone to help unpack what was going on around them. But they've announced to the world the talent within South Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, celebrating 65 years of legacy. Ladysmith, Black Mambazo.
Angishiyelana nomathemba. Wangishiya ngingedwa nomathemba. Lokho ke loyangimangalisa, lokho ke loyangimangalisa. Angibona intandane eyayihleli ngaphansi komthunzi, loyangimangalisa. Hayibusa igama, ayiphendulanga. Yabeka phansi yaze yakhala, izinyembezi. Sekhona nomathemba, kasabhalile nencwadi encane. Uya nomathemba, uya nomathemba, asabhalile nencwadi encane. Uya nomathemba, ambusemlambi, nomathemba, kasabhalile nencwadi encane mama. Obuya nomathemba, obuya nomathemba, obuya njalo, obuya nomathemba uhlaleleni, obuya nomathemba, kasabhalile encwadi encane. Uzobhala wena uzobhala wena uzobhala nomathemba, thina nawe wena dada, thina nawe sithandwa sami sodliwa sindunduma thina nawe nomathemba sodliwa sindunduma, thina nawe awu thina nawe sithandwa sami sodliwa sindunduma, thina nawe
Incredible. I can almost hear the roaring applause from everybody seated at home right now, wherever you find yourselves. Yes, count yourself lucky. That was incredible. 65 years of harmonies, of unity across South Africa and beyond. It's Ladysmith Black Mambazo, ladies and gentlemen.
Please.
My goodness, we'll see you after the break. Listen, celebrations definitely will continue, along with Timber City and your Expresso fam. We'll see you now.
Oh, you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Yes, you can probably still smell the garlic in my breath from earlier this morning. The cooking we're putting on hold. We're going to delve into a different kind of creative process right now, and one that we are absolutely loving. We are celebrating a true milestone. Timber City is turning 50. How old am I right now? That's half a century of helping South Africans build their dreams, literally. And they are doing it in style by joining forces with the incredible Buco for season 2 of My Design Rules, as they rally behind our contestants and support them in the most dynamic ways with everything they need to create beautiful, functional spaces that we get to see come alive on TV. And today we are joined by Alana Veet, store manager at Timber City Montague Gardens, and of course, Chippy the mascot, here to steal the show, but nothing else from our studio. We're going to check your tool belt after this. We're going to chat about Timber City's incredible heritage, 50 years. That's amazing. And this exciting new partnership and what it means for them to officially be part of My Design Rules Season 2. Alana, there's lots to be nervous about when you've got a giant chipmunk standing beside you. You know, Chippy is the most helpful chipmunk in the world because Timber City are that. This is big. This is a really big thing, and I'm sorry that you've had the responsibility of telling the 50-year story, but you must be so excited. Half a century.
Very much so. Half a century, 5 decades of customer loyalty. It's definitely, that is what's kept us going, is the customer centricity, and yeah, it's huge.
It really is, and it's probably going to, as you go through the celebrations, these things are going to sink in, but in the weirdest ways. Like for you, I would imagine you're going to meet a customer who is going to suddenly reveal that they've had 50 years journey with you. How many homes have been built out of those 50 years? How many projects completed? How many useless DIY people being saved? But what I love about Timber City is you walk in there and you almost get a sense that the staff feel like you're the boss, not their own boss. There is something magical about seeing it come to life. So you must be enjoying My Design Rules, the process of seeing it all come together. What have you enjoyed and how's it going with the partnership?
So episode 1 is aired, the bathrooms are done. I've already got my favourites.
Really?
Yeah.
You can though, you're allowed.
So I've already got my favourites and I see a huge growth in creativity. Season 1, they've set a great foundation. So
excuse the pun.
Yeah, foundation, excuse the pun. So season 2 contestants, they've got big shoes to fill.
For sure.
And it's not a 1-bedroom apartment this time.
Got the full white box, baby.
Yes, the whole shebang going.
Partnership, and what I love is seeing how television crews and work crews, guys on site, have to kind of mash it up. It's the most amazing, crazy collaboration. But you guys know about collaboration. You know about working with the likes of Buco. You know what it means to work. What are the strengths of these kind of partnerships? Why do you think you guys are so good at what you do when you come into the mix?
We take the hassle out of the whole, like you said, DIY. We do it for you. Gives you the opportunity to focus on the bigger picture while we focus on the detail.
Do it sort of for yourself.
There we go.
I love that. Now you've got to translate that into something that the contestants can lean on. When you kind of enter into that space, what is your hopes and dreams for these contestants, and how do you guys feel that you can support them?
Well, first of all, we'll be doing, let's put it this way. So Timber City in this season has stepped up the next level because we're going to be doing the cut, edge, deliver, but we're also going to be applying that expertise that we've got on knowledge, what's trending, what's not trending, what to do, what not to do.
What mistakes not to make. And that's often the biggest thing is you push too far and you don't have someone like that in your corner. How do you get this right? 50 years doesn't just happen. No. That's on each individual. Yes, there's a company culture there, but there is something that every individual lives and breathes in that space. What sets you guys apart, do you think?
Well, first of all, I'd like to say our 50-year anniversary I'd like to dedicate to our customers, our loyal customers that have been with us through thick and thin. They've entrusted us with their beautiful designs that we've cut and edged and delivered to their homes. It's allowing us into their space. It's allowing us to make a bold statement. And, you know, your home is your castle. So
It really is. It's our sanctuary.
It's our sanctuary. So Timber City has helped our customers to build on that and to bring out our culture and, you know, make our house a happy home.
I love that, and I love the fact that all of this comes to bear in every episode, in those crunch moments. And you must laugh, chuckle inward. I know you don't laugh at the faces of the contestants, but when they hit one of those where it feels like the world is ending and you're like, don't worry, I got an option for
We got you.
We got you.
We got you.
You guys must be so excited to look forward. And I love the fact that, yes, we get to see what you do every day, play out in My Design Rules, but you guys really do it every single day. When you look forward, what makes you most excited? Where do you want to take this incredible journey?
I'd like to take Timber City to the next level where your design and your vision, your bold vision, it's not just for the elite. Come down to a Timber City store. Let us make it happen. Let us focus, like I said, let us focus on the detail. Gives you the opportunity to look at the bigger picture. Build more, design more.
Create.
And create.
Oh man, and then maybe, just maybe, if you reach that level, Chippy will come across and he will give his stamp of approval. Now, he's got tools. He actually does get stuck in. And the beautiful thing is, if he doesn't have the saw to chop the wood, he's sorted, you know, because Timber City's got everything, literally. Alana, as you are talking to me, I can feel what this means to you. And that is probably the most powerful validation of all. It's giving me my 10th goosebumps session of the day, but it's amazing. Congratulations. And I hope by the end of today, you really feel just how amazing your team is. Certainly by the end of MDR Season 2, Chippy, you're a legend. Thank you for being the superstar of My Design Rules. I'm going to tell Ryle that when I see him. Absolutely love this kind of collaboration. It brings it all to life. Well done, Timber City. Together with Buco, they are making sure that our My Design Rules contestants have everything that they need and a few things that they didn't even imagine they needed. And while celebrating 50 years of craftsmanship, superior products, and as you can see, outstanding service. So Season 2 of My Design Rules is where it all comes to life. It officially premiered, and you can catch episode 2 tonight, 7 p.m. right here on S3.
This Monday at 7 on S3, it's the Spare Room Challenge on My Design Rules.
Today's judging day. Look, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit intimidated. My brain is just running through all of the little to-do list items.
The adrenaline is running high. There's a lot to do. We need to stay focused. Yeah, we haven't slept. Deals, officially, your time is up! So open up your everyday to the extraordinary with My Design Rules. Monday at 7, only on S3.
A reminder again, that's tonight at 7 o'clock right here on your home of Feel Good on S3. Raul's been a busy guy. But right now, continuing down the same avenue, there is nothing better than a fresh coat of paint to transform a space. And no one knows that better than our handy heroes. So today we're out in the Western Cape at Buco in Gansbaai, where the team trusts Plascon's durable, high-quality paints to just get the job done right. And their go-to hero, well, it's Plascon Wall Seal. So let's find out what makes it their top choice.
Powered by Plascon, today's handy heroes come from Buco, Gansbaai in the Western Cape.
We've opened the store in May of 2022, seeing there's a possibility for change within the small community of Gansbaai. And for a store like Buco, loving interacting with the communities via sponsorships.
What makes me proud of the store is the fact that we literally do everything to help the client. If you want something, we'll get it done.
What I love most about my customers is that they will normally come in, and even on days when we feel down, they will make you smile. We interact with them and we are like one big family in here.
Making Buco the best hardware store in Gansbaai is our service is phenomenal, the professionalism we deal with our customers and the system on a daily basis. Buco Gansbaai is known for the quality of paint we provide in store. And one of our biggest suppliers is Plascon.
My favorite Plascon product is Wall Seal because it's a very good product that can be used on outside walls.
What I like about Plascon is their high quality and durability and their focus on eco-friendly innovations.
My DIY advice would be, don't overthink, just do. When it comes to paint, begin with Buco Gansbaai.
Today's handy heroes is powered by Plascon, Wall and All. Unmatched dirt, stain, water and fade resistance to keep your walls beautiful for years. Plascon. Together, we've got this.
For years and years and
Forever.
years, even if it's a big giant lighthouse, it's okay. I love that. Thank you for being in our corner, and congrats to all of those partners helping us in that MDR journey. Absolutely love the fact that we get to see this play out in real time, because so many of us are going through it ourselves. Love that. Thank you.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for equipping us. And right now, if you're feeling like this Monday is feeling a bit of a Monday blues type of vibe, we've got just the thing for you. Author as well as podcaster of On Purpose, Mr. Jay Shetty, has got a special message for us.
And then we're going to unpack the G20. South Africa, a firm focus for the whole world at the moment, but what does it mean for our pockets? How does it all play out? We'll give you those details after this.
Get inspired by colour and stand to win. Plascon is giving away 2,000 Rand cash every Wednesday, and you could be our next lucky winner. All you need to do is follow Plascon South Africa on social media. Then head to the competition post on Expresso's Facebook, Instagram, or X and tell us which of Plascon's handmade colour wheels is your favourite. Don't forget to include hashtag Plascon Colour Forecast 2026 in your entry. T's and C's apply. See expressoshow.com for more. Plascon, make your own world.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It is a Monday, of course, and right now we just want to take a moment to pause and get some motivation so that we can make it to the end of the week. Now, you know, even the strongest among us need a break sometimes. So let's hear from Jay Shetty on why it's okay to rest when you're the strong one.
Oh.
Think you're okay, but you're exhausted. People think you're fine, but you're just about holding it together. People see your smile, but they don't see the heaviness behind your eyes. They see your strength, but not the cost of carrying it. They admire your calm, but don't hear the noise in your head. They applaud your resilience, but don't ask about your recovery. They think you're busy living, but you're quietly surviving. Because when you're the strong one, people forget to check in. So here's your reminder. You're allowed to take a break, and you're allowed to rest.
Thank you for that permission.
Oh, you can turn your TV off. We are going home. No, don't you
Not yet.
dare. Don't you dare. Now,
That
with
was
gems like that, it was. I could see that was
Yeah.
hitting hard, because there's been a lot going on in your world.
Yeah, I think it resonated. I especially like that he was talking about no one knows the cost. I think it's so easy for us to, you know, make this look effortless and make our lives look glamorous even, but the costs and the sacrifice behind it, not only as presenters, but in any sort of field that you may be in.
I think I make it look exhausting. I think there's always so much going on that people know. It's a weird thing. Like, you start to, and this is the danger therein. If you're going to wear this like your suit of armor, your stoicism, it starts to validate you, and you start to then believe that your great hope, your great dream for today is just surviving today.
Yeah.
If I can just get through this, I'm a hero. you're just still standing still. You can't let go of those things that you love, that inspire you, the stuff that allows you to dream, fill your own cup, as an angel's voice comes into my ear. But the bottom line is it's got to come from somewhere at some point. You can't, and you get lots of validation from family and friends and amazing colleagues and that sort of stuff. But I think somewhere you stop dreaming big. See, that person's parked outside. They're like, I refuse. I'm going to dream big for the rest of my life. And if that's what it takes, then maybe you need to do that. Stop the traffic, get out of your car, and just be still for a moment. Now, I think this is hit a major nerve.
In many people's lives, rest is also proactive. And rest is also a good thing to do. I love that Jay Shetty, who's operating on one of the highest levels, an author, and of course a podcaster of On Purpose, that he puts out episodes all the time for us to actually refuel. If he's telling you that rest is important, then 100% get into it. Not just in the evening, an hour before bed. Make intentional effort to, of course, find some rest throughout your life. But share your thoughts with us. That is our Monday motivation. The video will be on Facebook as well as on our TikTok and our Instagram. And let us know what you think about rest.
All right, shall we just bring in the news to bring us all firmly back down to earth for just a moment? Let's get into those news headlines.
Well, let's get straight into it. It's just gone 8 o'clock, which means it's time for your national news headlines. Now, on day 2 of the Kgalema Motlanthe Inclusive Growth Forum yesterday, it highlighted artificial intelligence, youth empowerment, and resilient infrastructure as key drivers of Africa's growth. Now, experts warn the continent lags in AI adoption and stressed public-private partnerships to prevent digital poverty. Now, telecommunications experts emphasize stable electricity, data centers, fiber networks, local language integration, and digital skills, requiring about $100 billion in investment. Trade Minister Parks Tau noticed that sensitive negotiations with the United States continue, covering issues from BEE policies to historical grievances. In other national news, also at the Kgalema Motlanthe Inclusive Growth Forum, Acting Police Minister Feroz Kachalia said corruption is a serious threat to South Africa's national security, deeply entrenched in institutions and political structures. Now, he highlighted investigations by the Madlanga Commission and a parliamentary ad hoc committee into senior police officials. Kachalia proposed establishing a constitutionally compliant, multifunctional Office of Public Integrity, and that's to investigate systemic corruption, make binding recommendations, and build on the work of the special investigating units to restore justice and public trust. Well, internationally speaking, and looking on the continent first, Botswana has enacted a new regulation requiring mining companies to sell a 24% stake to local investors if the government chooses not to purchase it. Now, the rule, which came into effect on the 1st of October, aims to increase local ownership, promote value-adding activities, and ensure environmental rehabilitation funds are established. Previously, the government could acquire a 15% stake with higher options for diamond projects. Now, the country, a top diamond producer, is also growing as copper mining hotspots. Meanwhile, a fragile truce between Israel and Hamas is holding, with Israel confirming that 20 living hostages will be released this morning under a mediated deal in exchange for about 2,000 Palestinian hostages too. Now, the pause brokered by the US, Egypt, and Qatar has allowed limited aid deliveries into Gaza for the first time in weeks. President Donald Trump is expected to visit Israel today before co-chairing a Gaza Peace Summit in Sharm el-Sheikh with Egypt's President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi and representatives from around 20 countries, urging lasting calm as well as humanitarian relief. Now, let's close off your news for this Monday, just honoring a Hollywood great. Now, the world, of course, is mourning the loss of a beloved actress, Diane Keaton, who passed away at the age of 79 in Los Angeles on Saturday. Keaton was renowned for her roles in classics such as Annie Hall, The Godfather, and Father of the Bride. Now, her distinctive style and charm left an indelible mark on the film industry. In her final years, the Oscar-winning actress continued to inspire, notably through a role in the 2024 comedy Summer Camp, which marked her last film appearance. Now, she is survived by her 2 adopted children, Dexter and Duke. Tributes from friends and colleagues, including Goldie Hawn, Steve Martin, Ben Stiller, Betty Milder, and many others, celebrated her as a true Hollywood icon. And a legacy sure will continue. That is where we leave your 8 o'clock news and your news for this morning. Time now for your final bit of sports.
Not the best news to start with from a South African perspective, but we're not done and dusted just yet. South Africa were left very much frustrated after a 0-0 draw with Zimbabwe in their World Cup qualifier at the Moses Mabhida Stadium over the weekend. Despite dominating and facing 10 men at one point, Bafana just couldn't find the breakthrough, in fact, twice hitting the post. So the result now leaves South Africa 2 points behind Benin and needing a win over Rwanda to qualify. It'll also help us if Nigeria can do some damage, but we'll watch that space. Now we get into cricket. Namibia pulling off a stunning last ball win over South Africa in their first ever T20 international win, chasing 135 to triumph by 4 wickets. Wicketkeeper Zane Green, he led the charge with an unbeaten 30, hitting 23 runs in the last 2 overs critically. And for South Africa, Donovan Ferreira, he top scored with 42, but it wasn't enough as Namibia celebrated a famous victory in front of their home fans in Windhoek. Now let's get into what has been an odyssey in tennis in China. Coco Gauff kept a dominant run in China by beating fellow American Jessica Pegula 6-4, 7-5 to win the Wuhan Open, her third WTA 1000 title. The 21-year-old, who didn't drop a set all week, said her decision to play after a tough US Open proved right as she lifted her 9th hardcourt title. Congratulations. Now let's get back into cricketing action coming out of a phenomenal cricketing World Cup. New Zealand skipper Sophie Devine's gritty 63 powered the White Ferns to their first Women's World Cup win, crushing Bangladesh by 100 runs in Guwahati. Then in Colombo, England, looking very strong. Their captain Nat Sciver-Brandt, she struck a superb 117 before spinner Sophie Eccleston took 4 for 17 as the 4-time champions thrashed Sri Lanka by 89 runs. And of course, our Proteas ladies up against Bangladesh at 11:30 this morning, and they're hitting form at just the right time. So as I always say, watch that space. But that's where we leave our sport for now. Let's get one last update on the roads.
Well, thank you, Graham. Let's see your roads for the final time this morning. Let's touch down in KZN in Durban, where there's a stationary truck blocking the middle lane on the N2 northbound just before the EB Klutter interchange. Now, motorists should expect significant delays and also advised to consider alternative routes where possible. Now, moving over to Cape Town out in Bellville. Well, in the north, heavy congestion is reported on the N1 inbound at Jipte Jager. Delays are currently being experienced, so plan your route accordingly. And wherever you're headed this morning, Mzansi, please stay safe and remember to always buckle up and arrive alive. That's where we leave your roads for now. Let's have a final look at your weather. Well, in exciting environmental news this morning, South Africa has clinched the World Future Policy Award for 2025. Now, the National Environmental Management Biodiversity Act of 2004 was recognized among the world's 8 best policies for living in harmony with nature and future generations. Minister Dion George praised the accolade as proof of the country's leadership in environmental management. Now, the Act safeguards biodiversity, promotes sustainable resource use, and ensures intergenerational equity through science-based governance, inclusive participation, and protection of threatened species. Now, an international jury selected it from 41 nominations spanning 21 countries. And once again, South Africa has come out on top, just like our sunrise view of this hour. Tsepiso from the Eastern Cape has shared this absolutely breathtaking morning view. Tsepiso, well done. You deserve a round of applause for this one. The sun just making its way over there, that beautiful body of water. And thank you for just thinking about us when you saw the breathtaking view in front of us. Another reminder for us to head over to Eastern Cape as the festivities do pick up. 25 degrees is what you can expect in your part of town, Tsepiso. And in just a bit, we delve into temperatures for the rest of the country. But a final reminder on 063-036-9649. That's that number that you too could share what your mornings look like. Uppington dropped by 1 degree since the start of the show?
Because we broke the sun.
Come on.
We broke the sun in Uppington this
It's
morning.
a pleasure.
You can see by the little graphic there. Something might get broken today. In pure excitement, you might knock over a vase as you find out you have just won 400,000 Rand, because that's what's up for grabs. If you play this Monday, your daily lotto, 400 grand in that jackpot, estimated at least. Then in our new daily lotto plus, there is an estimated 150,000 Rand.
Oh my goodness, so much nice money to be had, so don't get left behind. Buy your tickets now in store. I'm pretty sure they're open on nationallottery.co.za. That stays open. The mobile app, cell phone banking, or dial *120 *7529# for USSD.
All those details will be proudly emblazoned on the Expresso socials, so go and check them out when you check out our amazing content, and then play your daily lotto for an estimated 400,000 Rand and daily lotto plus for 150,000 Rand in the jackpot.
And that is
on
a
your vision
nice
board.
little chance. It is already there, I will say that much. And what also is there is just the future of South Africa looking super bright. Listen, the G20 summit is back again and, of course, is hosted right here in SA, in Mzansi, and we want to find out more about it.
Yeah, what does it mean for us on the ground floor? How does it impact our pockets? What big decisions are being made by people in hallowed halls that will drip down to us? We'll get into that direct knock-on effect after this.
Whatever your reason to go, you could get up to 100% off on flights. Book on our banking app. Your story matters.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. I think you can tell by my enthusiasm right now that this means a lot to me, but it does so because it means a lot to all of us. We're about to launch a very special series spotlighting the G20 Summit, hosted this year right here in South Africa. And the G20 brings together the world's most powerful economies to tackle major global issues, from inflation, trade, which is going to be quite interesting this year, I would imagine, to jobs, to climate change, development, most importantly in our part of the world. But despite its influence, it can feel abstract or very disconnected from real life here in South Africa. So that's why we are breaking it down for everyday South Africans, one segment at a time. And joining us is Sylvia Klopper, founder of the incredible Care Champ, a South African home care company. So as a small business owner that's got big dreams, she brings a very practical perspective on how global economic decisions, like those discussed at the G20, impact local businesses and the care sector. thank you for doing this deep dive with us. The more I talk about the G20 summit, the more I realize the less I know, because it does feel like an ivory tower thing where the big economies get to talk about big deals. How does it affect us, the little people? But maybe a good place to start is with the G20 itself. So in your kind of investigation and understanding, what is the G20 and how did it come about?
So yeah, thanks for having me first of all. And
absolute pleasure.
Yeah, so from my understanding and research, it basically all started 26 years ago. The G20 was formed after a major global financial crisis. And world leaders basically realized that it was time for economies, the 20 largest or most influential economies, as you mentioned, both in the developing and developed world, to coordinate and cooperate on issues, economic issues that affect us all.
Because the two sides of that ladder do affect each other.
Yes.
And we all belong in one global village. And I'm so glad that we have that conversation, albeit not a lawmaking body, but the decisions they make and the moves do carry weight. So how do their discussions typically come to bear in the real world? How do they kind of live that experience?
Yeah, so you rightly say it's not a lawmaking body, but it bears a lot of influence. And it works really on alignment. So when global leaders at the G20 align on important topics, that trickles down how the World Bank and the IMF and more practically, governments allocate resources. So locally, that can translate into, for example, increased training funds, which is really important for our business, as well as such as infrastructure investments. So it really trickles down for us if we understand what the bigger picture topics are.
And it also shows you the roadmap of what you need to kind of invest in if you want to grow with that broader trend.
Yes.
It brings to bear how important it is that South Africa have a seat at that table. In fact, we're the only African country with a seat. So us hosting it this year, that's massive, right?
Yes. So yeah, that's something I'm extremely passionate about. And South Africa really represents our young continent. Yeah. And why I say young, many of the G20 economies are aging very fast. And South Africa has the world's youngest workforce. So that's something really to bear in mind, which holds huge potential for us. So South Africa can here really advocate for job creation at home, as well as skills mobility abroad.
And now we've got a level of technical backup. And if I look at the moves that China are making in South Africa or in the developing world because of that, because that social development arc shows you a pathway of growth. You can do so much in Africa that you can't do anywhere else in the world. What kind of topics and themes generally, like what is the jumping off point when it comes to a G20 summit?
So traditionally it was all about trade and finance. But now as the world changes, the topics have become a lot more socio-economic, inclusion, like a lot more inclusion around, for example, gender equality, sustainability, technology, as well as demographic change, which I addressed in your earlier question. So really topics that affect us all.
And small businesses in particular. And I think we've come to the point now, we understand, we've drawn a line in the sand that South Africa is going to be propped up by small to medium-sized businesses.
Yeah.
But often it doesn't feel like you have a voice on the highest. Why is it so important for you as a small business owner to take note of these things? Why have you done such a deep dive into this space?
Well, I believe like understanding the trends that really impact where, for example, also funds are flowing, help us understand future potential partnerships. Also, of course, where industries go. If we understand that youth employment is a big topic, and President Ramaphosa addressed it as South Africa's greatest
one of our fundamental,
Yes, then we see these are the topics that move the world, and then we can really tap into this and understand as businesses, how can we train future workforce, how can we place our key workers in an economical, sustainable way.
This is almost forcing small business to think like big business, which is a beautiful thing, because I think often you kind of feel like you operate in your own little silo as a small business, but we've got to understand that you're starting to form a big portion of the South African economy. It's got its own imprint. Absolutely love that. From the 22nd to the 23rd of November, it's here. What is your hope? And we're going to get into some of the nuances in a moment. But as a small business owner, when financial heads meet like this, set against what we've seen, trade wars and everything that's happening in the world right now, what is your hope for this G20? What do you think the theme or that kind of the thrust underpinning it should be to support the small businesses specifically here in South Africa?
Yeah, from my business lens, speaking as a business owner in the care sector, I would really hope that the discussion around youth employment and our migration or mobility, basically, of workforce can be a big topic, because this is something that everyone knows about, that aging population, as I mentioned, mostly in the developed world and a lot of the G20 members, and our strengths as African continent with our youth and amazing workforce that we have at our disposition.
And I'm loving the fact now that, I mean, it's a different world now, so I think a lot of young people see themselves as being part of a global village. But when you look at something more traditional like a BRICS, kind of speaks to us all being shoved in one bucket together and you go and save yourselves. This feels slightly different. This feels like there is an opportunity to get the right people sitting around the right boardroom tables to make the right kind of moves. I'm going to give you a chance to think of some examples of how this could play out, potentially, some moves that have been made in the G20 that have trickled down to affect small businesses here. If you are a small to medium-sized business in South Africa, don't think that these sorts of moments are about grand country economy. We are the lifeblood of that economy, and it's vital that you understand how that bigger picture is playing out. We are not going to let it go anywhere. In fact, there is still a wealth of knowledge to get into part 2 of this discussion coming up.
Of that chat for now, though, let's look over here, and we want you to buckle up because the World Sports Betting Cash Out game is about to take flight. So watch your winnings soar higher and higher with every second you stay in. But here is the challenge, Mzansi. Will you cash out in time or let the plane take off with your prize? We've seen either ones of those spectrums, so please get involved. We saw Lashni Munsami walk away with 2,829 Rand last Friday, and now you stand a chance at being this Friday's on-air pilot, where you could win between 1,000 to 10,000 Rand if you cash out in time. So if you think that's you and you're feeling lucky to enter, simply reply to the competition post on the Expresso social pages and just tell us this: you've just won big WSB. Who is the first person you're telling, if anybody? Now don't forget to use that hashtag World Sports Betting in your comment, and this week's competition does close at 10 a.m. on Thursday, the 16th of October. T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com. As we mentioned earlier, part 2 of that conversation about the G20 summit is coming your way. And then Lady Smith Black Mambazo is still in the building, and we've got to put them through a round of our quick fire questions.
It's my feel-good breakfast show. 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. on Expresso. 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 7 a.m. to
Welcome back as we continue our conversation, honing in on the G20 summit. Of course, we're going to be hosting it here in South Africa pretty soon, and we are zooming in on how the G20 shows up in real life. From policies, price hikes, to the pressure on emerging economies. This is where some big moves will be made. And still with us is Sylvia Klopper, is helping us make sense of it all like normal people would. Maybe not big economists that are running countries' economies, but small to medium-sized business owners, everyday South Africans. So maybe a good way to frame this is with something that has been kind of brought to bear at the G20 summit that's trickled down to us. Can you give us an example of how that system works?
So in my industry, one example would be a push for digital inclusion.
Okay.
So this has really led to increased access to online education and training, which is something we use extensively at CareChamp to train caregivers and place them nationwide. So digital inclusion would be one, and that, more broadly speaking, also bridges the urban and rural gap of people a lot. That helps to really access income streams that people couldn't access earlier.
Magic. It's unlocking the magic. But looking at your work specifically, it's almost like if this doesn't happen, you've got to almost have a second arm to your business to train people, to get them ready to be trained for or to be digitally literate. So just, if you can, explain to us what you do as your company.
Yeah, thank you. So CareChamp basically trains and places caregivers in the comfort of people's own homes to allow them to age and recover and rest in their own homes.
I love that because it affects everybody. That's a gateway that everyone in life is going to be going through. So you're already looking forward and looking at trends and kind of tracking the bigger picture. So I love that. And remember, you're still a small business.
Yeah. Looking
at the bigger picture. What should other small businesses and everyday South Africans be looking to at this G20 summit? What should our mindset be?
So one important point to look at, and I've mentioned it before, but I think it is just a key one for us, is youth employment.
Yeah.
That has been highlighted as one of our South Africa's greatest opportunities, as President Ramaphosa said. And definitely also cues for investments into the care sector and healthcare, because those are really economic and social resilience factors.
And people are getting older. We're going to be a lot older. I'm interviewing centenarians all over the place at the moment. It's happening. We're going to have an aging population, never mind an aging workforce. That in itself. So thank you for allowing me to see the world through your lens, because I think it's so powerful that South Africans do start to see bigger picture, long term. It speaks to financial literacy. It speaks to financial well-being. So every South African should have an eye on that. What do we track when we look at these sorts of things as an everyday South African or a small business owner? What should we be listening out for?
I think, I mean, when G20 talks about sustainable economies, what it really is building systems for the everyday people to prosper.
To thrive.
Ultimately. So what should we be looking out for? I mean, if you're watching as a parent, for example, it makes sense to follow the conversation because it gives cues as to which skills and sectors might be invested in and hence would be growing. And that allows for us to make decisions how to support our children for future growth.
And that, you know, government is going to be supporting students through that phase. It's going to prime you for the jobs potentially that are coming out. And I think we've reached that point now where 25% of the jobs existing this year weren't even a job last year. So you need to be looking forward. Where do I use the term jumping off point because it feels like we're diving into an ocean here, but it is globally connected. And there's something quite powerful about me being an individual sitting in my little corner of Africa, being able to connect with the biggest financial moves in the world. Now they're coming to us. If someone wants to learn how they can do what you are doing in applying this understanding of how the bigger moves work, where would you suggest they start? Did it start with an introspection, a look at your business model and expanding from there? How did you address your mindset to get to this point?
I think more like probably a top-down. So I would say what's a useful starting point is the G20, so G20.org, as well as the World Bank. They would post summaries after each meeting. That's obviously from a global context.
And it's there for all of us to read, man.
It's for all of us, to see. And then again, for us as South Africans, from a localized context, I would say Daily Maverick and Business Day would post amazing pieces that really bring this global talk into a localized context.
And I think it's valuable that South Africans take that mindset because the world, there's a novelty around South Africa, and it's with good reason. It's not just because we've got Tyler and amazing stars making moves in the entertainment space, but we're a gateway into this continent, and there is an opportunity. I'm going to ask you, and it's kind of slightly off topic, but because you are such a beautiful representation of a small business owner thinking big, what advice do you have for small businesses specifically at this, it might seem crazy economic time at the moment, very polarized, but there should be opportunities opening up all around us. What advice do you have for others like you?
Probably dream it and you can do it.
Just educate yourself. You can do it. Now, you're proving that every single day, and I love the fact that you're thinking about everybody else around you while you grow your business. If we don't adopt that kind of mindset here in South Africa or in Africa, we won't have a market to buy our stuff, okay? 22, 23 November, it's happening in Johannesburg, the G20 Summit. We are hosting. Hopefully, we will make our mark, some real gravitas this year. But most importantly, hopefully all of us at home will see those links between the bigger picture and what we are doing on the ground floor here in South Africa. And you can get more at g20.org. Follow the news agencies that we've put out there. Absolutely brilliant. You're amazing. Thank you so much for joining us this morning and educating yourself so that you could educate us. And that's where being an empowered small to medium-sized business owner really rests. Go and empower yourself.
All right, now I've got to remind you that South Africa, yes, is absolutely beautiful, and there's nothing quite like a South African road trip. It just stirs every emotion within, the thrill of the open road, the pride of discovering hidden gems in our country, and those unforgettable bursts of just pure happiness along the route. And that's what Shell's Feel It All campaign celebrates. It's not just about getting from A to B, it's about the freedom, the excitement, and of course the pride that you feel with every single kilometer covered.
You got to keep speaking like that. I'm not even going to be in the studio.
Be
I'm going to be gone, okay, in a cabriolet with my thing on my head. What do you call it? The scarf blowing. Wow.
I know.
Oh, we love the open road so much. So we are going to continue to have a little bit of fun, and we've been learning a lot about each other through this process as well. But we want to put this to you guys. What does Feel It All mean to you?
Oh.
Let us know on our Expresso social pages. I've felt it all, literally, as I said that. Every emotion came out. But I like that.
Yeah, same. It's like a full-bodied experience, quite honestly. And you know, we hold nothing back over here.
No, we don't.
You feel it from the tip of your head to your toes. Every sense is just, like it's just lit up, you know, from your smell to your taste to your sight. It's a sensory experience.
And it's lived.
And it's lived.
You can't see it in a picture. You can't experience it in a cool video. Yeah, you can get a little taste of it, but there's nothing like driving through that tunnel, seeing that mountain for the first time, coming over that hill and seeing the coastal expanse. There is something truly magical about it. And for me, it's the space. It's the lived experience.
Agreed. Okay, I got to ask you though, would you say you're more of a freedom driver, a thrill seeker, or a take it all in kind of traveler?
I'm a different person every day. It depends. You know, my modality really does shift every day. So it depends what you're trying to get out of that trip.
That's also true.
So I often leave. I had a really emotional road trip going to pick up our little rescue dog the other day. And it was, yes, it was the flowers, driving out in the West Coast, and it was the mountain pass and Solaris, and it was all these things. So I was like, wow. But it was just having that time on my own in that space with that. So I like the idea of like a sandbox. I'd just go out and drive for a bit and see what problems you can solve in the world.
And you will. You will have
really
enough time on your hands to do exactly that.
Okay, so I'm going to put this, and you guys at home can answer as well. What was your last Feel It All moment? I'm hoping you've got you've had a few very feel moments.
Yeah.
But just in general, obviously your wedding would be like the most Feel It All
How
moment
can I
of
not
your
say
life
that?
so far.
So far. I'm sure we'll have kids that will top it. But that was a big one this year, I think. And I think I felt every single emotion, mostly joy and excitement, though.
And a little bit of terror, because it must be, because you're like, wow, this is
big
happening.
decision.
I can remember coming into, and we were driving in a very underpowered car, very rainy season, coming into the Wild Coast, into Coffee Bay. And it's like a dirt road that winds down. It was basically like a river of mud. And then I had to get back up the other side in my 1200 pretend SUV. And I just remember saying to the crew, okay, close your eyes. And then I would have to hit it as fast as I could. And it was terrifying. It was terrifying, but I was like, I've got to keep these boys safe. And then we get over the hill and we come down into Coffee Bay. and it was like being on another planet. It just that feeling, check the goosebumps for like the 12th time today. But obviously you see the geology of the space and the little hamlets of people and just crazy animals around, car wrecks in places, which didn't help them. But it was like the most lived moment on any trip that I've ever been on. And yes, it could have gone left or south, but I was alive. I understood what the wild coast is.
You have to make your animal sound now. Come on.
Oh, wow. Okay, now I've downgraded to like a domestic.
It's okay, we'll keep practicing that one. But we asked you what feel it all means to you. So let's see what some of you actually had to say.
Oh, Deshni saying, feel it all means to be present in the moment and soak in all experiences.
That's true, Deshni.
Put it on a t-shirt, please.
Come on,
Put
thank
it
you
on
for
a
that
t-shirt.
reminder. And do remember that 5 lucky couples do stand the chance to win a once-in-a-lifetime road trip and track experience for 2 with Shell V-Power. And the rules are simple. Spend 750 Rand or more at Shell, tap your V Plus rewards card 3 times this month, and you could be hitting the road in ultimate style.
All the best of luck. T's and C's do apply.
That's right. We still have Lady Smith Black Mambazo in studio.
Oh no, they might break me today. They might be the reason I cry this morning. I just have a feeling. Or it could be, we are making cauliflower in as many ways as we can. Well, a third way. And it's going to be a beautiful salad and a green goddess vibes, which means I'm hoping a bit of basil is going to be into it.
Please
Basil
say
pesto.
so.
That's what green princess is. Hope so. We'll find out after the break. We'll see you now.
We connect more countries than any other airline. Turkish Airlines.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
It's true. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and welcome back. Thank you so much for spending your Monday morning along with us. And when I say us, I mean us. Lady Smith Black Mambazo in the studio is still your Grammy Award winning, absolute fantastic group that has shown us a little performance early, and hopefully if you behave right, we'll get another performance in a bit. But now though, it's a round of quick fire questions with our gents. We still have Simbongi Seni as well as Tulani here, otherwise known as Tools and Sibs, okay? We like that now. We like that now. Okay, gents, we get into the first question. Don't think about it too much. You might just answer. Okay. What's a song from a different genre that you wish that you actually wrote? Come on, maybe a Drake song or like a...
okay.
Beat it, beat
it. With the dance moves as well. Come on now. Mr. Michael Jackson. Of course. I'm sure many people love that. Okay, here's one. What is the most surprising collaboration that you guys have ever had?
I think my one is when we collaborated with Dolly Parton.
Yes, I would agree.
Because she was our mother's favorite.
Wow.
She had all her records. So that was a surprise.
Wow, and this is them right now. This is you guys together. The legend that is Dolly Parton pairing up with the legend that is Lady Smith Black Mambazo. How was she? Was she incredible? Was she a superstar? Do you guys remember?
Wow, she was great.
Yeah.
Very humble, down to earth. Yeah, she was great.
Oh my gosh, I'm jealous. I feel like, you know, degrees of proximity because I know you, now I also know Dolly Parton. I like that. Okay, if you could only listen to one album for the rest of your life, what's it going to be?
One album.
One album.
One album.
I'll give you one each if you want.
Oh.
Yeah.
In Harmony. Lady Smith Black Mamba.
Okay, good answer. Safe answer. That's a safe answer as well. How about you, Tools?
For me, it would be like Paul Simon album.
Okay.
Yes, Paul Simon album, The Graceland.
Come on, both fantastic options. I mean, I can't even fault you on that. Okay, here's one with you and your crew. Playing live or recording in studio, what do you prefer?
Oh, I prefer playing live.
Yeah, tell me why.
I like the interaction with the crowd. And,
you feed off the energy.
Yeah, and the movement. The studio, you have to...
So you're telling me you guys aren't dancing when you're in studio as well?
Not
really.
Because they always tell you, don't stomp. The microphones are going to take that.
And you're getting excited. They're like, nah. Do you say the same thing?
No, I like live. Studios got too much regulations, as my brother was saying. Don't make noise, don't bring water in the studio, don't drink, don't eat.
Yo, imagine.
So live performance.
Yeah, it's the one.
Yeah, it's
okay,
the one.
I would agree. I mean, you guys live are just incredible. Okay, first album that you either had on cassette or vinyl or CD, do you remember?
First album.
The first album is Amabuto.
Okay.
Yes, Amabuto in 1973.
Sure.
The Warriors. Yeah,
Ooh, the Warriors.
Yeah.
And it was on cassette?
It was on record.
It was on record. Oh, the LP.
They are now vinyls.
The vinyls,
Yeah,
yes. I like it. There's nothing quite like that.
Yeah.
Okay, when it comes to rehearsing and the time of day, do you prefer the mornings or something like going into the evenings?
No, we prefer the mornings.
The
We do mornings, but late. Start at 10.
Okay.
Yeah. Every musicians don't want to wake up early. They want to start at 10. And
That's why I'm surprised you say that. Okay, so morning, but brunch time.
Yeah.
Okay, 10
Start
o'clock.
at 10, and then, you can finish, but not at night, no.
Why not? Because you're performing, or what?
No, rehearsal is only for the day. At night, only if you are working during the day.
Right.
But for us, because this is our life, this is what we do. We rehearse in the morning from 10 to 3 or 4, and then we are done.
I mean, that's a full day, you know what I'm saying? You've clocked in your time. Do you recall the funniest thing that has happened to you while you were on tour? Any weird moments, funny moments, fan interactions even?
The funniest thing for me, it's in 1993.
Oh, tell us more.
when we went to do a show with Paul Simon, it was called The Big Apple. It was my first time to travel abroad.
Okay.
First of all, I didn't like New York at first because of the buildings, because of the cold.
Okay.
It was my first time.
Wow.
But it was fun just to be there, to experience New York, to interact with Paul Simon and the other artists. That was the funniest.
Have you been to New York since then?
Oh, many times.
Okay, and now has your mind changed about New
My
York?
mind has changed dramatically.
You love it now, don't you?
Now I love it. Now
You say,
I
give me a
enjoy
bite
it.
of that big apple. That's beautiful to hear, though, that, you know, there was growth in the journey from beginning to end. As a family, what's the best part about performing together?
What's the best part? It's the experience. Thinking back when our father was teaching us the music, and now being able to put it on action,
Sure.
and also reflecting that, oh, this is what our father was preparing us for. So we get, it's very fun for us, yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so now what's the worst part? I'm joking. I won't ask you that. I won't ask you guys that.
The worst part is when we don't see each other.
Good answer. Well, there you have it. The brothers of Ladysmith Black Mambas are doing the absolute most fantastic entertainers. And listen, they will, of course, be performing with dance moves straight after the break. For now, though, with those same dance moves, here's Graham in the kitchen.
And I can make as much noise in my studio as I like. I love it. Now, I think you, hopefully at home, for the young'uns out there, are beginning to understand the royalty that we are sitting with this morning. But I'm also realizing that we made them perform before their 10 o'clock in the morning threshold, so we really did get a privilege today. So let's reward them with something truly delicious, vibrant, fresh, and packed with herby goodness, this green goddess. Cauliflower salad is a feast for the eyes and for the palate. The creamy, zesty dressing hugs tender cauliflower florets, crunchy cucumbers, and fresh herbs, creating a dish that is both nourishing and indulgent. It's really cool. I called it a princess earlier because it was being a bit princessy and a bit dramatic. Now she stepped into her goddess era.
Oh, I love to see it. So when you say goddess, what are you referring to?
How nice it looks.
Yes, agreed.
No, I have no idea. No, I thought, so I'm guessing the pesto is something else.
Yeah.
Goddess is just green.
Green.
I was hoping it was going to be basil, but we're leaning into coriander
Yes.
as our fresh herb.
They're doing it on purpose.
No, I think they are, and they could do it on purpose if they wanted to. No, it's all part of my education process. So we've been on a journey with Collie this morning. We made our beautiful, I keep wanting to call them fritters, but they were...
The hash browns.
Hash browns. So they came out beautifully, absolutely gorgeous.
And then we had our cauliflower bites with za'atar.
And that was a flavour-filled punch in the mouth, which we love. Now we're going to do something that's herbaceous, that's delicious. And if you wanted to, you could add a few things to kind of bolster it up. Yeah. So I'm on sourcing duty, which is quite exciting. They're giving me a hand blender, which I'm nervous about. So you're going to just mix together.
Easy one.
It really is. It's compile. And
I've got cucumber, parsley this time, red onion, and pumpkin seeds.
And they are really good for you. Pumpkin seeds are super, super healthy. So snack on them, put them in food. And then we've cooked our cauliflower. But I think even a fresh cauli with a bit of snap and bite wouldn't be bad.
Wouldn't be bad
if the florets are small enough. But we've cooked it, and now we're going to add all sorts of crunch and lovely things there. For me, red onion for the win.
Oh,
I love it. I love the flavor
Raw
profile.
Or cooked, I'll eat it.
Okay, so I'm gonna, as I kind of get my little goddess portion of the sauce together, let's take a look at what y'all are saying online. Crystal, thank you so much for joining us this morning. She said this. Morning, that's about the only pic I have, lol, up on my mom's wall. Took our place in 2003. Things were pretty standard back then. No fancy setup at home. No photographer, just myself, someone's mom, dad, and a cell phone for photos. I can't even remember what car I went in.
Wow.
I'm the one on the left. Okay, let's have a little look there.
Wow.
You see, that's what all of my matric dance photos look like. So what we put to you guys was, show us what you look like. Show us the dress. Show us your arrival, the big reveal.
So that was back in 2005. And honestly, those dresses are still amazing to this day. So well done on choosing something timeless. Let's check out what Bishop Lavis was doing at the time. Diego is saying our school matric farewell was basically a walking distance that was from their school to the place.
Oh, cool.
Okay, that's lovely. Well done. Oh, come on, Diego. Yes.
That's how you do it, son. I hope you kept the car.
Himself.
I don't think he even ended up going to the dance. I think he just drove off and had a good time.
All right, so from Cape Town, let's head to Pretoria. Wow. You see, this is how you do a matric dance.
Oh.
10 years ago. 2000 and, what was that? 15.
Pre-COVID, that's what I say.
Yeah.
Pre and post-COVID.
There was
Love
pre and
that.
post,
You look
and
gorgeous,
that's it.
girl.
Wow.
Oh, Jenna Jacobs.
Come
That
on.
is, and the hair for days.
And the heels?
Very, very nice.
Oh, Lordy, that's beautiful. Mark Gavin also came in with something.
He said this. Well, he said good morning, as he does every day. We love you, Mark. Our school matric farewell was walking distance from my partner's house, so I left her on my dad's bicycle. She understood the concept of being my partner. I like that. You got there is a concept we are going for. Me as your partner in this mode. I love that. Well done. I would like to see Carissa's picture again.
Okay, you can. You're allowed.
Because you look gorgeous,
All right,
man.
let's see.
How does
there she is.
I mean, you look lovely.
And I even had that flower on my...
Girl, you look pretty much the same.
Do
So let's just
That was about a million years ago.
Let's just hate you a little bit for
a
that.
gajillion years. Me and my cheeks, that was a gajillion years ago.
Yeah, no, you can be judgy. Be as judgy
Just a
as
little
possible.
bit.
No, you looked amazing.
Oh.
I'm sorry, but the smiley... I brought it up just so I could see your partner's face again.
Partner's
That's
face.
been like my day's highlight.
Oh, Mr. Handsome.
I can't
with
wait
the
for
smile.
our era of life when I'm no longer your work husband, and then you have to start just
Covering
putting
up. They'll be like, wasn't that?
Not that guy. So you've done your
I'm
mixing there.
done.
Thank you so much. Please keep those pictures coming. We love seeing your matric dance vibe. We want to see
Mm-hmm.
videos. We want to see the big reveal, the entrance. We are here for that. Okay. You've done your mixing. I'm going to
done.
now add olive oil
Nice.
and lemon sop.
Ooh. Oh, already that's going to be good.
And just a little bit of water because we need to mix it with a hand blender. So that's going to be quite interesting.
Okay, so it's going to be
Right.
quite like a thickish sauce to cover all the bits of the salad. So not
I feel
runny
I
like
feel like you're setting me up to fail here with you're creating expectations already.
But not runny like a salad dressing would be, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, no.
Step away. You need an apron.
Oh man, I think we just bring a drop cloth out. But now you understand, goddess.
Yes. She was a princess and now she graduated.
She can be both. Hey,
Ooh.
I have green all over my face, I have no doubt. But I don't want to leave anything behind. No,
No,
basically, I
don't.
want to make sure there's no clump of coriander anywhere. Okay, that actually looks
Emulsified.
beautiful.
Wow, that looks tasty, I won't lie.
Okay, then, again, have we established a term for what making a salad is? Because you don't cook a salad.
A salad could be anything you want it to
Compiling
be.
sounds not romantic at all.
It is. You compile the
Compiling a salad. It sounds
No.
like a work
Execute.
job thing.
I
You
don't know.
executed the salad. That sounds even more dramatic.
It's worse. All right, so scan that QR code as
Wow.
Graham puts our goddess together on your screen right now. Head to your phone, open your camera, and then, of course, it'll take you to the Expresso recipe tab on our website. And you can cook your princess or goddess salad along with us. That sauce looks
Well,
good.
do you know why? Do you know why she had to level up? She's going to a matric dance.
Come on.
So she's got a, what do you call it? An infinity dress.
An
She's got a
infinity
gorgeous
dress.
green infinity dress
She's
on.
going to arrive in a helicopter for sure.
Oh, and walk down a Swarovski staircase.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, time to taste.
There it is. Are we going to
let
both
me
do a
dish-
little
Let me dish it
taste?
first, and then I'll taste it with you. This kind of looks like a potato salad, but a cauliflower salad.
Yeah,
I
you've
think
been
that's
drawing
the
lots of
idea.
references. Are you missing potatoes today?
think I
maybe
am.
next Monday we're going to do the humble potato day.
Three
okay.
ways.
I
haven't
really
had
love the
potatoes
look
in
of
a
it.
while. Okay,
And I
let's go.
would say I might have been a bit rough with this salad because you've got the cooked cauliflower. Just
Yeah.
be gentle with it
I
when
like
you're
the
mixing
rustic vibes.
it. It looks beautiful. I want to make sure that I get a little bit of
Oh, it smells good. Get that onion, bit of cucumber.
just taking that one bit of coriander off, just the one. Maybe this is it. Maybe this is the meal to turn me around.
Mm.
Basically a coriander salad, but you can laugh at me, it's fine.
That's
No.
why I love it. It tastes like a dania salad.
It really does. So if you want to give it another name, you can do that, but we're going to say goddess for now. No, it's lovely. It's got
That
a beautiful
sauce.
mouthfeel. It's actually all right, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe this is winning me over. Maybe this is the salad to win me over for all time. If you want to create a log, you create the salad, scan the Q code, and send us a picture. If yours looks better, we'll admit defeat.
Oh, she's ready for the dance. We'll see you after this.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Here's the good news. You could win a huge amount of money today. I'm going to leave it at that. Now, if you play your Daily Lotto, there is 400,000 Rand sitting in the jackpot today. That's estimated. Daily Lotto plus 150,000 Rand in the jackpot today. That's 2 chances to win one day.
One person, that's you. So don't get left behind. Buy your tickets now in store on the website nationallottery.co.za, the mobile app, cell phone banking, or go ahead and dial *120 *7529# for your USSD.
And you can check and catch up on all of the content from today's show on our social media pages, and you'll see all of those details right there, so you can go and play your Daily Lotto for 400 grand and Daily Lotto Plus for 150,000 Rand estimated today. That's double your chances of winning. Good luck.
Oh my gosh. Okay, we feel like double winners right now because we've got the incredible, the legendary, absolute royalty right now, Grammy Award-winning Ladysmith Black Mambazo still in the building, and they're about to take it away into our Monday.
Emaweni webaba silale maweni webaba silale maweni webaba silale maweni webaba silale maweni yelele mama webaba silale maweni webaba silale maweni webaba silale maweni webaba silale maweni Yelele mama we baba silale mawe. Sing. Homeless, homeless, moonlight sleeping on a midnight lake. And we are homeless, we are homeless, moonlight sleeping on a midnight lake. And we are homeless, we are homeless, moonlight sleeping on a midnight lake. Homeless, 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 moonlight sleeping on a midnight lake. Angulila makaza, ulele mina, ulele Strong wind, destroy our homes. Many dead tonight could be. Strong wind, many dead tonight could be you. Homeless, 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 moonlight sleeping on the midnight. We are homeless, we are homeless, moonlight sleeping on a midnight lake. And we are homeless, we are homeless, moonlight sleeping on a midnight lake. Somebody sing. Somebody sing, hello, hello, hello. Somebody say, somebody cry, why? Somebody sing, somebody sing, hello, hello, hello. Somebody say, somebody cry, why? Somebody sing, Hito mango, kulumani, Kulumani sisu enze njani mbaya jabula basithanda.
Oh, ladies, Black Mambazo, take a bow. 65 years, gentlemen, thank you so much. Take a bow so this incredible audience can appreciate you just for a few more moments.
How incredible. I don't know, I got goosebumps, I got a bit teary. It's really just witnessing legendary work, and the fact that this is a legacy that will continue for years to come. Well done once again, Ladysmith Black Mambazo.
So if you were in Cape Town, hopefully you got your little slice of heaven. They're going to be moving to Durbs and then up to Pretoria before the end of the year. This is the Legacy Tour, and what a legacy. But it struck me as I was sitting with the gents here, it kind of feels like a new beginning.
That's right.
It feels like a new era is being ushered in. And with the craziness in the world right now, maybe we need those voices to temper us just a little bit. Show us that strength is calm and quiet. It just doesn't ever stop. We love you guys. Thank you so much to Ladysmith, Black Mambazo. To you guys at home, we'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning. Have an empowered and amazing Monday.
We can't wait to see your beautiful faces. Mwah! Have a beautiful Monday.
Adios.